Wagwan people, I'm just testing. There's a test for Speakenomix online. You get me? So we're gonna do an online version of this thing. I just get people to just testing. There's a test. I just get people to come on and I'm just gonna get people to come on and talk and break down some shit. And generally just catch some joke and have a good time, you get me? So I'm just testing the thing. Big up to everyone that's jumped on. Quite surprised. But love for that. Big up the fake red pill. Black African Power Network, Honey Pharaoh, TT, Free Your Mind, Mad Dog TV, Lucci, David, Babadule, Ultra Funky. So yeah, salute. Let me know if there's any kind of topics you lot wanna hear covered. I'm using my laptop. You wanna tap to me? It's about the weed, yeah. So Ultra Funky, you wanna talk to me about the weed and whatnot? I'm gonna do a show. I think at about 5:30. I'm gonna try and do a show at 5:30. So I'd love some of you lot to come on the panel and just chat with me. We'll try to do it for about an hour. Try to get the man them in. And yeah, so if there's any subjects that you lot want to hear me talk about or you want to talk about yourself, just let me know, please, man. Please, you'd be doing a massive favor by interacting with me as I pop my hangout cherry, if you want to call it that. Yeah, man. Big up True Example, guiding the new generation. Don't know. So yeah, that's just a test. It's just a test, and you lot dead there. Jedi, I went for a job, but I told them no Saturday. I don't mix so much. Big up, honey. I hope you get the job. Get me? Baba Dule is giving you the eyes and that. And that's it. Yeah, so you lot hear me loud and clear. It sounds good. Everything, testing. Yeah, mom. So I'm going to get back to this in a piece. How do I... Bear with me. Let me see if I can play you lot a tune.
Mental telepathy with melody. Niggas can't measure my wavelengths.
Jeez. Nah, I've not stopped there in Speaker's Corner, Lucci. I went Speaker's Corner on Sunday, but to be honest with you, the shit bores me, man. You get me? Yeah, and subscribe to Honey Pharaoh as well. Yeah, but Speaker's Corner, fucking, it jars me, man. It's boring, you know. All the religion conversation and all of that, bruv, it's too much for my head. And like, really, I'm slightly antisocial. So, you know, the groups thing and too many people and blah, blah, blah. After a while, it does my head in. So I need to retreat to some solitude. Yeah. But I'll be back down there because I need to really rediscover the fun of interacting with people down there. It's just all the Islamic and all that fucking shit was doing my head in, like, honestly. So I had to chill. But yeah, I went back there on Sunday. It was good to link up with some of the man then. And don't forget that the G Circle, or not even the G Circle, but G.A.N.G, is definitely much bigger than Speaker's Corner. So if you don't see us doing the G Circle, if the G Circle went on, if you don't see me down there, don't mean more stuff ain't going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's my opinion on Shaka Bars? That's funny. I don't really have I have a low opinion on Shaka Bars. I'm just gonna be honest, man. I go fuck, man. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not really rating Shaka Bars, but you lot make your own decisions about the man. I'm not necessarily a fan. I don't dislike the brother. I've met him personally a few times. You know, I see him around. You know, I understand he's involved in some good stuff from the outskirts, from what it looks like. But there's some things about him that just make me feel like he's dodgy. So I'm just gonna keep it funky, car. That's the advice I've been given. It's Jedi, just be you. So that's me. You and Ali Dawa are cool now? Hell, fuck no, man. Fuck Ali Dawa, man. He's a pussy, man. I don't rate Ali Dawa. I definitely don't fucking fuck with Ali Dawa, man. He's a fucking attention whore. And, you know, I was fucking with him before, but I saw his couple movements, uploading like 3 different interviews, chatting my name and da. But then when it comes to the what did I hear about? The sexual assault that he helped to cover up, he's quite quiet on that. So yeah, I don't really fuck with him. Oh, he's your friend's friend. He trains with your friend. And you talking about Shaka's bar? That's cool, man. I'm sure he trains with a lot of people's friends. And you know, like, I'm not gonna tell you that there's anything wrong with the dude, but you asked me my personal opinion on him. Me nah trust him. I mean, nah know what him doing at Somalia. I mean, nah know what him do with Ben Stiller. I want to know what you're doing with Ben Stiller in Somalia and Colin Kaepernick. That's what I want to know. You get me? Well, that's just a personal thing. Yo. Honey Pharaoh, I'm trying to get you on the panel for like 6 o'clock. Mr. Free Your Mind, I'm trying to get you on the panel for 3 o'clock. I mean for 6 o'clock. And any of the homies that want to jump on, please let me know. Please let me know. And I think I'm just gonna post the link in the chat, and then we can all get on this panel. And you know, say, guys, it's my first one, so you lot look after me. Do you want to share your thoughts on him, Honey Pharaoh? Share your thoughts on Shaka Bars if you want. You can. Feel free. Get me? I just heard if you ask him about Pizzagate, he blocks you. That's what I heard. Get me? Okay, yeah, 6:30. That's cool. You can come in. All right, yeah, Mr. Free Your Mind, cool. And for you two as well, I hope that I see you on Saturday for Speakenomix. Please, it'd be a pleasure to have you both down there. It was a pleasure to have you last week. I'll be editing that and putting it up for, I think, next week, for next Wednesday. For those that don't know, Speakenomix is what we want to call it. It's a panel show. It's a panel discussion show, and we just break down many different subjects in the flesh, and that's it. Yeah. So check out the Speakenomix on my channel, guys. There's a couple of them. The newest one is how would you spend 50 billion? Let me ask you, lot, what would you lot do? How would you spend 50 billion pounds? What would you do with that? That's a lot of money, boy. And it's harder than you think to think of ways to spend it. $300%. Yeah, done no, same place. Speakenomix, we keep it 300%, man. So yeah, I'm gonna switch on my camera and that as soon as all the behind the scenes stuff stops happening. You know what I mean? Sorry, what's your problem? Would you like to say something? Oh, cool. Why are you putting that thing there? Yeah, not there, there. Sorry, man. Domestics. Black African Power Network. I want to be in G.A.N.G. Cool. Well, then you're in G.A.N.G. then, isn't it? I suppose you're in G.A.N.G. I'm nervous for that episode. 1 was deep, and I spend it on my family in Jamaica. Nah, don't be nervous about that episode. It was cool, man. It was deep, but it was cool. No one said anything too outlandish. And you're gonna spend 50 billion on your family in Jamaica and help your friends. Some lucky friends of yours, boy. Sort out the world poverty, Mad Dog says. World poverty. You think you could sort out world poverty with 50 billion? I'm not saying you can't, but do you think you could? Hey, Baba Dule, I'm rolling with you. I'm on your ship. You're gonna sail there, right? Fund my journey to the other side of flat Earth. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Yes, Oz, gang. Yo, guys, Oz, I'm trying to get you on the panel for 6 o'clock. I'm looking to do a actual Speakenomix show, Speakenomix online, 6 o'clock. So I'd appreciate if you was about my rare true brother. Get me? With 50 bill, I'd buy what I want for all my brothers and myself. Live life to the fullest and pretty much just chill, bruh. I feel like with £50 billion, it'd be hard to chill though. It's like so much expectation. Yeah, Raspect's gonna be about. Raspect's about now. I don't know where he is. I just come off the phone to him. We had a long conversation. Raspect will definitely be about. I try not to go far without my brother, man. I love my little brother still. Bill Gates put 30 billion, I think, for charity, but it's still as bad as ever. It's true. 30 billion. You get me? Yo, 9 ether. You're done now, my G. Make sure you dip out. Big up, gang. Hey, how'd you get that heart? That's a big black heart there. Yeah, but yeah, so Bill Gates apparently put in £30 billion to charity. I don't know, man. Bruv, hold on, Carl. We're in. We out here now, man. Let me just find the link for this thing here. Hold on. Where's this? How'd you send the link again? How'd you send the link? Is that it? Nope. Invite people. Here's a link. Skibidi da dibby dibby dabba day. 187 when I goes by spray. Boom. Let's try a thing, family. Let's test this out all the way, man. Let's try this. You lot hit that link and let me know if you dip out. His wife and Bill Gates is trying to get off the rich list. Learned it in my management class. Why are they trying to get off the rich list? Lucci, David. How do you say the last name? David. Look. No. It's not David. Look, it's got an E on the end. Oh, David. Lucci, David. My dog was called Luch. I got a dog called Luch. I ain't seen him for a while. I was with my mate. But yeah. Has anyone joined in this hangout? Yes, Oz.
Yes, family. Blessings, greetings.
Yeah, can you not talk in the background, please? Do you mind? I'm doing a show. Can you just be quiet, please? You know, like you got to show them in it, Oz.
It's like I'm doing a show.
Yeah, I'm doing a show. Allow me in it. Like, you get me?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, honey. Big up. Walk on, sis.
Blessings.
Honey, where you going with these mad pictures nowadays, man? Huh?
What? Does it look bad?
Black lip, blue lips. You got the whole garden on your head.
The garden.
But you know what? That's me. Like, no, that's Snapchat, yeah. But
you what? Say that again.
Yeah, but the black lips and stuff, yeah, that's like me, and like with my green hair, and I like.
Yo, I might dye my looks green. What's man them saying? Nah,
I can get away with all the funky color except for orange. Never had orange hair. I soon do that.
You need to go for orange. Orange next then.
Yeah.
Don't it fuck up your locks though, like the dye and that?
No, you have to know how to maintain it.
Cool, man. Cool. Like, you know what? I put out a call the other day on Instagram asking for, what did I ask for? I asked for like the locations in London. And I got such a shit response, but I feel like, honey, we need to come up with a database, yeah, of all the best locticians in London, and we need to package that up. That'll be our little. I know a
lot of locticians. It's just that because I thought you was asking for yourself, like, because you know some like my loctician. Yeah. It's a guy. So you know some men are funny for another guy to touch his head. Yeah, but I know he knows other girls who's really good. Yeah. So I know woman one as well. But
I feel a bit funny with the guys. Yeah, I've had a guy like wash my hair, but then like he was cool. He was in the Morris Roots in Tottenham. He washed my hair, but
Mm.
I felt a bit of a way. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not like getting your hair done is anything sexual or nothing, but
Yeah.
it's a bit
No, but
mad.
my electrician needs a bad lesson. Look how long my hair is.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
had it for a year.
Oh, so he's really good. He's got the green fingers.
Yeah.
You know what we do,
Jedi.
yeah? We're gonna, me and you, we find a way. We're gonna compile a list of
Mm.
locticians, and then we're gonna try and start some kind of like rating system, like some stars. So then, like when you look through this thing, you can see like the reviews and what people say about each loctician. And so we're promoting black businesses. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And creating awareness for natural hair and shit like that as well. So me and you gotta get together and try and sort something like that out, man. We just put our list together.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Yeah, man. Because
This
yeah, go on, Steps.
I said it discriminating the ballets.
Yeah, you little ballhead. I know, man. Say, little ballhead. Me, honey, and Oz, we got bare hair, bro.
When
Yeah,
I get me.
hairy gang, and then you come with your little ballhead. Why have you got a ballhead? Can it not grow?
You know?
Huh? Yo, Steps.
What do you say?
Yeah. Oh, then it's simple.
I can't fucking hear you, bruv. Yeah.
Nah.
So, Baba Dule, you think that Aurora Borealis is a portal, yeah? To the other side or to the more land or something? That's interesting still. Let me just read some of these comments.
I could
I
fuck
can't
with
see
that,
no
yeah.
comments right now because my stupid Mac.
Lucci says,
turn
bro,
off.
Jedi, how tall are you? I'm 6'5". Oh my god, the eye rolling that's going on in the room is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm 6'2", Edith. Yeah. Shut up, I'm 6'2". How dare you?
Yeah, about.
I'm 6'2", honey. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe. Mm.
Bruv, I'm not like Step Nicely's like 6'17".
Yeah, he's really tall, but I'm really short. I'm 5'3", so everyone's tall to me. So
5'3". That's
yeah.
the same. That's like kind of Oz's height.
No, Oz is a little bit shorter than me.
Oh, shut up. Don't that. Are you taller than Oz?
He is like 5'2". He is. I
Oz.
see them. Because I got measured the other day, yeah. And I'm 5'3".
Say that again?
I got measured the other day and I'm 5'3", so I definitely know that for sure.
5'3", you know? Boy.
Yeah.
I suppose it's good to be short. Like, I feel like short people are talented. I feel short people have got a lot of talent. Maybe they got to compensate or something. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm short because like when I was young, I used to be one of the lankiest ones. Because on my dad's side, all of my family's tall in it. Like my sister's 6 foot and all got big feet and stuff. But I took my mum's height in it.
You went a bit low.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question though, honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you already said, innit? What you do with 50 billion pounds?
Yeah, that's one of the stuff I would do.
So that was you said you're gonna help out your family.
I help my family. I'll help my family in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Even I don't think I really need to help them actually. They're kind of well off in Jamaica. But I help my family here and my friends as well. I always said that when I'm rich, my good friends are gonna get a piece of my money. I'll help them too. Because I know the struggle. Like when I go through my struggle, they help me.
But you know 50 billion is a lot. Once you've helped your friends and family,
yeah.
What are you gonna do with the rest of the piece?
Oh, no, I want to do a community. So like, but now a lot of people will be doing that. But then even if a lot of people did not win that money, I can probably build the community that I want. So I can, like for example, my mom wants to, buy her shop and stuff and do businesses. And I know a few people who want to build a business. So I'll probably buy them the shop and get them started up. So buy a land and build up everyone's shop there.
Though? Where's your land?
Huh?
Where's your land? In England?
don't really want to do it. I don't know. Like I can, but if I got 50 billion, I can do one in England and I can do one in Jamaica.
Yeah, you I don't know what's
I
going
could
on
buy
with your
2
mic.
lands.
You're going in and out. Your mic's a bit mad.
Why is it no? Listen, my thing is good. Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, I said I can buy 2 lands, innit? One in England, one in Jamaica.
Okay. So what about your
Yeah.
African brothers and sisters, man? What about us, man? What, we can't get no love?
Yeah, I can. I don't know if I got money to stretch, it would be in Africa too, but I wouldn't know. Oh, probably in Ghana because my sister's from Ghana. On my dad's
Okay.
side, she's Ghanaian, so
Okay.
I'll help her. I'll help in her village.
Oh shit. Oh, that's nice. What steps? Step nicely. Step nicely.
Yo,
Chop.
yo.
Hey up, Chop. So what are you saying? What are you gonna do with 50 billion steps?
Kind of the same things, man. To be fair, that's all you can do. But I'd probably invest in other things as well, man. Like have my own, like, you know, solve these questions about flat Earth and flipping. You know what I mean? Like little things,
Yeah.
and like get some scientists to look at DNA and shit to answer proper questions. You know, so that way I know that I'm more in the loop, if you know what I mean. Cause right now you're just going on hearsay, innit?
Yeah.
But if you got people that like you actually know when you're interacting with, you can go off their character as well. So you're more likely to, you know, get better evidence.
I don't know, man. It's like 50 billion pound. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're gonna have to spend some of that to try and unlock some fucking secrets. There's no point spending that money on Earth and like not expanding what we know about life. You got to do something, whether it be science or invest in like magic or something, man. Yeah, you're right. You got to do
But
something.
I think
Go on.
you have the power to do that. Like someone said earlier, and I said it earlier, Bill Gates, where he's trying to get off the trying to cure malaria. That's what I'll do as well. Buy them out and get a cure for what they're hiding in it, and tell the secrets. And I'll buy off the and try and cure whoever I have to cure.
I hear that. Man telling me. Man's telling me that I shouldn't be talking about hair because it's a girl subject. The next man's telling me to talk
How's
about.
it a girl's subject if you've got locks on your head?
I know. Talking about washing hair is a girl subject, apparently.
No, but he didn't get. That means he didn't get what we was talking about before when I said that some men are funny when other men, like the loctician is a man or whatever. Didn't hear the conversation before, so that's their fault.
Yeah, they never heard it, or they don't care.
Yeah.
You know me. What someone else said. Real education for the kids. With 50 billion, in a nutshell, I do what I want to do. Someone said they spend it all on Jordans and chicken wings.
Oh God, they need a slap. Sorry.
You get me?
No Jordans.
What else we got here? I don't know. We got a couple trolls telling me that I'm a girl or something. What's this woman said? What? Steroid Queen Jedi. You know what I mean? I'm always flattered when people mention me and steroids in the same sentence, man. That shit makes me feel good because that makes me feel like all the time I'm in the gym and that it's actually worked. Because people think I'm hench. People think Daddy's hench, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Tell them. Baba Dule said shave hair is for slaves and monks. So anyway, so one good thing I did see in this was about the Libyan slave trade. Like I ain't got like loads and loads of information on this, but I don't know if any of you got anything you want to speak about On
I've been telling people this for months. Yeah, you know, someone called me crazy the other day, and I even said it on my Snapchat, and then I even so when it all came out, I mean, obviously, what is going on? It's bad, isn't it? But all of a sudden, everything's coming out now. What? Not just me, but a lot of people saying for months, in it. And why is it now? Then it's coming to light even more. Does it make sense? Like,
yeah,
but why is it coming this
yeah.
month
Why
today?
is it
Like, why
coming
is
to
it
light
coming out
now?
now?
What happened? What kick started it to like?
Come to light.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted. You know. No one answered that
I
question
feel like
yet.
we're manipulated a lot by these stories, but I do feel like it's very important to highlight because this kind of activity kind of just goes unspoken about for majority of the people. They don't even realize that things like this happen. So someone will tell you,
Exactly.
someone tell you there's no such thing as racism or like there's no such thing as slavery, but then it's happening in certain places. I think it happens in Sudan as well.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what a lot of people saying is what happens there. But that's the thing. So a lot of these things are happening, but it's like, why? Like, what are they doing this month, or why is it coming out, or what are they distracting us from? You got to think. You get me? You got to think different ways. Like, what are they? What are they trying to
What they're
do?
trying to achieve,
Or
because I think they
yeah.
already destabilized Libya to a crazy amount. And when they got rid of Gaddafi, Gaddafi had a lot of security personnel from Nigeria and Ghana, and loads of them were getting killed, thrown in jail. There's a massive documentary about it as well, yeah, about all the Nigerians that are on death row, doing life in jail in Libya and stuff like that, and the way that some of them have been treated. They've been just killed, bodies just in the street. But this is from like 5 years ago, you get me? So I'm not really sure why it's all coming to a head now. Maybe just that little image of them being taken out of the van went viral or whatnot. But I feel like the people from the neighboring countries need to pressurize Libya to stop the practice and free the people. I don't really know how to get in contact with the people and help to get them free. I'm a bit ignorant on that still.
You have to research on. I don't know. I've got to do some deep research on it and stuff because it's just ridiculous now. Like everything, I think everything. Okay, for example, you know how obviously it doesn't connect to what's going on now, but you know, for example, you know how every year they've always got some makeup disease or some disease that do you realize? But this year it hasn't happened. Like there's no Ebola or no cow foot disease or whatever. Have you realized that? You know, they bring out some different stories. They don't know what to put out there for us or whatever. Can you hear me?
It's more a good reason why we should get our own news agencies, man. So then we can pick what stories are important to us for our own reasons.
True.
Feel me? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to copy and paste the link into the Google Hangouts to try and get a couple more members on the panel right now. So bear with me, man. Bear with me, man.
Real New York.
Yeah, because I want to come in a little bit later after.
Y'all ready for us?
Oh God.
Yes. Teach. Oh, babe, can I pause this for now? Oh.
Oh, it is normal Teach. Oh, hi Teach.
How you doing?
Fine, thank
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Ah, that's good that most of you are coming a lot because I've got to go soon, but I'll be back after 6 o'clock.
Mm. Yo, Jedi. Jedi.
I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yo, what go on, Teach? What you saying?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
I can't hear you, man.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Nah, I just want to see what's up, man. What's up? What's happening?
You say you just want to what?
I just wanted
He
to
wants to see what's
up.
happening.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bro. I'm just trying to balance things. Just talk amongst yourself for a second. I'm trying to sort out some stuff, man. And plus, my washing
I've got to
machine
go soon. I'm gonna be.
my washing machine is spinning. Can you hear it? Can you hear my washing machine spinning?
No.
Alright, cool. Well, it's killing me right now. So give me a second. And I'll close up the washing up.
Teach, are you in England or you from someone else?
I live in Sweden.
Live where?
I live in Sweden, Stockholm. So it's,
You're a little bit low. You know that your speaker's kind of low.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm on my phone.
Okay.
Ezra.
Hi, Ezra.
Everyone good,
So what's
yeah?
happening?
Very well.
Ivy?
Right, anyway, guys, I'll be back here. Bye.
Bye. Ezra, my brother. What's happening?
Is that Teach?
Yeah, that's Teach, man.
Yeah.
You good?
How come?
Huh?
How come it's live?
Yo, what
I
Ez?
can't hear you, man. I can't hear you. What did you say?
You hear me? Turn my mic up.
Yo, Ezra.
That's good, family. Gang.
What go on, fam? Can you hear me clearly, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you now still, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my washing machine was on spin and all that madness.
See,
Trust me, couldn't even hear, man. But what go on, though? I not spoke to you in a while, bro. You've been ducking, man. What's going on?
nah, that's what I'm saying. Blood, I was asking, man, what's happened to Jedi? I ain't seen it pop up for a minute.
Yeah, man. You lot been busy. You lot been busy running the train on Betty and that.
behave, bro.
Hey,
Yo, that woman is, she's been attacking, man, blood. All sorts of shit.
you lot have been getting into deep debates with Betty and shit, man.
No debates, fam. Quick thing, don't forget, you know what it is? She got a new friend now, fam. So she gassed.
Who's her friend?
You know what I mean? So
Who?
Tanisa, some girl called Tanisa, yeah.
Is that a woman? Yeah.
Yeah. Peter's, Peter. Have you ever spoke to him? One
Nah.
American. Yeah, man, it's his gal.
His girl.
Yeah.
What? They actually agree with each other.
Yeah, but like, you get me? All three of them are good mates.
Are you serious? Because
Serious?
I've not met a black woman on here that likes Betty at all.
You know me? That's why I'm surprised, I know it's not going to last long, you get me? And to be fair, I'll be surprised if they're still talking to her now like that. But yeah, man, you know what it is? I think it's the Nigerian link, you get me? She found what they're speaking in the language and that, you get me?
Oh, they're speaking in their language and shit.
Yeah.
Shut up, don't lie, bro. Go on, big up for Betty, man. It just shows that there's someone out there for everyone, isn't it?
innit? That's what I'm saying. You get me? And Hebrew Perry gives me a joke, you know. My man's like, he's like, I chatted to him. He's like, you know what? He's just been messaging me saying she's crazy as that shit, yeah. But all she needs to come is some. That's funny. He's like, it's just gassing her up and that. Nah, it's funny. But yeah,
All
man.
right, so we don't have a topic right now. I was just testing the waters, to be honest. Someone's asked, why haven't any Muslims commented on the Liberian slavery? I mean, I think that's a good question. I've not heard any, but it doesn't mean that they haven't. I mean, I'm sure anyone that's Muslim or following the Islamic practice could chime in, have anything they want to say about it. I'm not convinced. I just don't really see. I don't really see a lot of Muslim people speaking about this subject. But maybe I'm not looking in the right places, or maybe I'm just not looking.
Don't
I
get
don't
your
know.
hopes up, man.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
It ain't
man.
gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah,
No
it ain't
chance.
gonna happen. They're thick in their head, man. That's the problem.
Trust me. I've never come across it yet. And the only way the only time they will do it is when they're going at Christianity. They'll say, yeah, the Christians took you as slaves, and that. You get me? They won't bring it up in any other way.
So Ezra, are you a married man, Ezra?
Oh, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where she's getting this information from.
So let me. No. I don't know who. I'm just asking. I never heard anyone else say you're married.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
so could you marry a Muslim woman?
Yeah, not if she's gonna stay a Muslim.
Why?
Nah, as sad as it sounds. You know what it is? It's just that clash, in it. Like, it's a clash of ideologies, man. How's it gonna work? Mm.
But there are many interfaith religions. I mean, relationships. They must work.
I've never come across any. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I've never experienced that. You know what I mean? Do you know anyone like that? Interfaith.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're not together now, but Muslim and Christian still. Muslim man and Christian woman still. They're not together now, but I can't say that's because of religion. I'm not really sure why they're not together anymore.
Nah, I hear that still. But if they're not too religious, then yeah, you know what I mean? I think serious and like what they're gonna do, one goes in one room and prays and the one goes in the other room. And like it's just mad. You get me? Arguments about did he die, did he not die? If you've just got your faith and you believe like, yeah, Allah's the creator and one believes Jesus, then that's different. But if they're taking it serious, like going to mass, going to church, I just can't see how that would work.
Yeah, but so that ultimately it's down to that fact that religion still just separates people anyway. Because you can't have. But this is weird, yeah. So you're saying you can't have a family that shares different religious beliefs. So for it to be a family that works, it's got to be on one belief system, right?
Nah, I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is, if they've just got their basic beliefs and they don't really practice nothing, then then I think that it could work then in that sense. You know what I mean? But if it's someone who's taking their thing religiously and going mosque every Friday, going church every Sunday, biblical studies on a Wednesday, this and that, like I just don't think that would work out if they're both taking it serious. You know what I mean? Hello? Yo, Jet.
Yeah, man. I got teething problems, literally. Yeah, literally teething problems, bro. My man won't stop bawling because he's got new teeth coming through. and the whole world has to know about it.
Yeah, you got some of them things, man. The Rusk, like them.
Yeah, them Rust, but I don't trust them Rust, man. Get me?
I know, so.
So Stripe says it's forbidden for a Muslim girl to marry a non-Muslim. Big up Gemini.
Okay. But a Muslim man can.
A Muslim man can, yeah, but a Muslim woman can't, which is, I don't know,
So
kind of unequal, but maybe they got their reasoning for it. All
yeah,
right, JD Woolley says, do you think that oppressed people can overcome without violence, either given or taken? Question in another way maybe makes more sense. Okay, do you think that oppressed people can overcome without using violence, or without being a victim of violence?
Nah, I don't. You know, it is possible with me personally. Don't know about anyone else on the panel, but no. If you look back, it happened. You get me? It's like
Servant,
violent uprising.
yeah, I agree. Still, I agree. But Servant, Steps, what do you lot think? Can you get free without violence?
I'm not sure, man. I really don't know, man. I like to believe so, but at the end of the day, when it comes to reality, reality seems to prove very different, innit?
Let me ask you another question. Let me answer it in a different way, yeah? Does revolution have to be violent?
Not if it's done a certain way, I'd say.
Bro, I kind of feel like either way, you're going to dance around it. It's going to come to a point where some force is going to be needed. Some physical force is going to be needed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, look at Malcolm X. I mean, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King then. He tried the revolution a peaceful way. You know what I mean? No violence, no violence. No matter what happens, no matter how we get the dog, no violence. Didn't really get him fucked.
So you do you think that Martin Luther King would have been more successful had he employed violence?
If he would have gave them, because don't forget, he saw him the threat of violence, like Malcolm X. If he would have been a bit more like Malcolm X to say, like, take it without, you know what I'm saying?
But
by any means necessary. If
but him and Malcolm X
necessary approach.
But him and Malcolm X suffered the same fate though, so it doesn't really prove. Do you know what I mean?
But influence, he had a lot more influence than Malcolm X. Adapted that by any means necessary stance. Yeah, like I feel like he the government would have took him a lot more serious than just because of their influence.
Yo, you're under the sea, bro. Under the sea. Pio.
Sit down.
Pio, what's good, bro?
Yes, everything is fine. I'm just joining and listening. I don't know what to say until now.
Where are you from, Pio?
I'm from Hamburg, Germany.
Oh. Heil?
No. Nothing like this.
Is that the wrong term to use? Heil.
Yes, it's twice the wrong term to me.
All right, sorry, bro. Sorry. So,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. From a German man's perspective, do you believe that you can have an effective revolution without violence?
Very difficult to answer, because if you look at the history, there is no way. But there might be, or no. If you look actually to Iran, and you look at Khomeini, and I don't like this guy, but he came to power without violence. He was just demonstrating and putting himself in front of guns of the regime, and the soldier just gave up and went away.
And what is this? That's in Iran.
Yeah. Oh, perhaps it was in Iraq. I don't really know. I know it's that only know that Khomeini, the guy who I don't like, and he is the enemy or was the enemy. He came to power without violence. For example, he changed the state without being violent. For example, and he is not known as a non-violent type of guy. Okay, so just through going out of on the street, and if you can see also in East Germany, when they came to be one with West Germany, they also just went on the street and demonstrate. And there was no violence, and the state fell apart. Okay, but in more far away history, there was no chance to do it like this. There was only possible through violence. So you can see it like this, like this. I have no recipe for this.
Somebody saying, Chemo Ben Yisrael is saying, no one will give you freedom. We have to take it. Who agrees with that?
Chemo.
I agree.
So to take freedom is violent then, right?
Yes, has to be.
What about
it
Gandhi?
depends, man.
For
Confrontation don't always have to be violent.
Say that again, Pio.
What about Gandhi? I don't like this guy too, but he make it also without being violent.
Gandhi. But like, what did Gandhi achieve?
I say again, I don't like this guy too, because of his political views. But you can see he was a peaceful man. Okay, and he get rid of the government, but he didn't do it well. Okay, but it's another thing where you can see that it goes also without making real violence.
Okay. I know some people think that Gandhi was a violent man. I know some people believe that about him. Indian Singh, what's good, bro?
Yeah, what's good, Jedi?
You came in just as we started talking about Gandhi. I don't know if that was a sign. But what you got any opinions on Gandhi? Did you feel like was Gandhi non-violent?
I mean, yeah, he was. I mean, he didn't call to throw the British out by violence, but the way he's depicted is not the same. I mean, he wasn't a good guy.
Yeah,
I know it too. I just make an example. Okay, I know this was not a good guy.
Gandhi was a puppet, bro. I'm telling you, he didn't do shit.
He was a puppet for who? The British Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The British already knew that they couldn't hold on to India no more, so they used him.
I would say the English people, there was World War II, and they lost power in every colony, so they had to go away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I mean, when you look at Gandhi's history, he was a proper Hindu. He believed everything what they did before. He wanted to subjugate the Dalits, the untouchables.
Yeah, but if you look at the East European country, yeah, and the opinion of him there, like in Poland or Soviet Union or all the states,
Yeah.
is very high. They seem like the second Jesus or something. Yeah, they don't know. They just only see
Apparently,
the.
he was also a big Peter.
Pardon?
Yep. He was.
He was a racist. He was everything you
He was
don't like about
definitely a massive
people.
racist. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was for the caste society and so on and so on. But I don't know why. And I grown up in East countries in Europe. All those people, oh, Gandhi, the peaceful man, blah blah blah.
So in the comments,
I think.
sorry, go on, Indian.
No, go on, Jade.
No, I was gonna say in the comments, Gemini asked a very good question, and that was, are we talking about revolution or liberation? So he's trying to distinguish between the two. I wasn't aware that there was a difference, but maybe he's right.
I think there is a.
Say that again.
There may be. I think there may be a little bit of difference.
Okay, so can you have peaceful liberation then?
Yeah, it sounds more like liberation to me as well.
So can you have non-violent liberation?
Something.
I mean, when you look at the history, only the Gandhi part you can see is maybe non-violent, but everywhere else when you look, there was violence going on. Every part of India, there was violence. It started at 1857 with the revolt of the Indian sepoys in the British Army. So it wasn't all non-violent. It was only a small part with the Gandhi which was non-violent.
I think it always depends also on the people who are in power, how they react. Because if the oppressed people demonstrate in a peaceful way, they are the ones who decide, are we going against it or no? So if the people in power decide not to do anything about it, I think it might be possible to change things without violence. But
Yeah, I
it's
agree, 100%.
but to see it like this, I think it's not realistic.
Bro, I think nobody will ever give you power. You have to take power. That's simple. Nobody in power, position of power will ever give you the power. You have to take it.
But you know what it is?
You can
I
take
agree,
it by
but
peacefully or like by politics or by any means, but you have to take it. Nobody's gonna give you.
Can you
you know what it
even
is,
get
Indian?
power without being violent? Can you even be in power without violence preceding you?
You know what it is?
That's
Going back to what my man just said, yeah. Like he said, he hit the nail on the head. It all depends on the oppressor, really. Because if the oppressor sees your revolution or liberation growing, yeah, and basically you're about to outnumber the oppressors, then
Yeah.
if they react with violence, then you're gonna have to react with violence to continue.
Of course, yeah.
And not to, then you will outnumber them, and you could take it that way. You know what I mean? You could do it. Basically, you could do it politically if they allowed you to get the numbers without oppressing you further, innit?
But I feel like it always spills into some kind of violence, man.
Yeah, because even in that scenario, wouldn't they just go underground and then come to retake power at a later date?
Yeah.
People aren't going to let go of their power very easily at any point.
So how come
even like
violent revolution or whatever isn't legal? If that makes sense, it should be legal. Violent
in the laws of nature,
revolution of the people.
It's totally legal in like our laws that aren't bound by countries and state and stuff. By our universal law, it's totally fine, isn't it? If somebody's agreeing with you, you're allowed to break out.
So like places like America where they have the right to bear arms, essentially they have a right to violent liberation should that be Should they need to? That's why they're trying to take their guns away from them.
I think that was one of the reasons why they were first even given the guns.
Yeah.
It was just in case that they were taken over by a tyrannical government, that they were allowed to protect their stolen land, you know?
So JD, that's you with the bag on your head, right?
Yeah, that's me with the bag on my head. that's my ghetto crown, man.
Alright, cool. So like you live in England and that. Do you feel like there's ever a need for that kind of revolution in England?
Maybe later on in time, yeah. I think at the moment, like most people are still kind of suppressed and completely taken over by society's mode of thinking. So as people become more aware of their own individual truths and become their own leaders as well, they're not going to be inclined to getting fucked so much as they do in this day and age. And yeah, it's possible. I would think probably a few hundred years or something like that. There could be like a real violent worldwide kind of revolution that could be very, very strange.
200 years.
I think so. I think it's like way down the line, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get to live to see that shit. But but I just don't see it happening anytime soon.
That's interesting. What does anyone else got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just want to introduce myself. Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah, go on.
Hey, Seven.
Hey, how are you?
Big up, Seven. Is the last part of your name of God?
Servant of Jesus.
Of Jesus, direct to the point. Not even of God, just of Jesus.
Well, they're one and the same, right?
I don't know. Ezra says they're not still. Ezra says they're not.
Okay.
Get me? But welcome aboard, servant. So you're a servant of Jesus. Does that mean that you are opposed to any form of liberation, violent liberation?
Yes, he is. When he's when
I
he's
mean, personally,
back,
I would never do it. You know, it's not something I would do.
Why?
I don't think it's we're supposed to be nonviolent, and we don't. It's not even we should be striving for power. You know,
But isn't that possibly something that somebody in power would teach you so that they could stay in power? Wouldn't you teach your masses that non-violence is the only way? Because if it comes to it, masses outnumber the rulers by far. So preaching non-violence makes sense if you're a tyrannical leader, you know?
Sure, but you can preach violence and people lose their life, and then you don't have the power anyway. So you just be happy with what you got here. And happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving? My brother! Hold on, wait. Yo, Seven. Come on. You know Thanksgiving and the whole pilgrims coming over to a new land and shit and taking shit over from the people that were there. You're celebrating violent revolution there, right?
Oh yeah, me and Ezra were just talking about that.
Do you agree?
No, I don't believe that I'm celebrating it. I don't know who would, but I'm just celebrating being thankful.
Yeah, but you're choosing the same day as
that's the motivation of my heart. Not not celebrating violence. I know the history and all that.
Do you celebrate Halloween?
No.
But you don't see anything wrong with celebrating Halloween, do you?
Well, it's kind of wicked, but I'm not a law guy. I'm a grace guy. So convictions of your heart.
So like I said, you don't feel like celebrating Halloween goes against the context of the Bible?
Oh, it definitely does.
So like I'm saying,
you're judged already, and then Christ is your righteousness.
So violent. What's the word? Violent invasion of indigenous people and their land is not something that you should really be thankful for, is it? It's not really holy.
Yeah, I'm not thankful for that, really.
But you're still using the same day with the same energy, just like Halloween.
Well, yeah, I mean, lots of people die on this day. A lot of people are born on this day, and I'm sure you can find something evil about every single day on the earth, so
Same with Halloween, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that has Christian roots too, if you want to go back to it. But
Halloween has Christian roots.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
That's the Reformation.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll just roll with it. If you want to tell us about it, feel free, bro. It's an open dialogue, man.
Yeah, well, it was you know, All Saints Day and stuff like that. That's where Martin Luther and them were, you know, they were going against the Catholic Church, and they were questioning some of the doctrines of the Catholic Church, mainly indulgence, and that's, you know, where it started was in, you know, the Reformation. That's the same time frame of Halloween, plus or minus a day.
So nothing to do with All Hallows Eve, no?
Yeah, not to do with, you know, the wickedness. We got little kids running around as Satan and stuff like that, but you know, it started out as, you know, this is where certain teachers would get together and, you know, hash out their kind of what we're doing here, but in a forum. You know, they would hash out their theology.
I can work with that. So you believe that's the origins of the day of Halloween. So then we go to Christmas now, and you share the same views of you celebrate Christmas, right?
Birth of our Savior, yeah.
You believe Jesus was born on the 25th of December?
Well, I don't know, but that's when we celebrate it.
And you believe that you were commanded via Jesus and your Bible to celebrate that?
Not really. I mean, I celebrate it. You should celebrate it every day.
So really and truly, Christmas, you celebrate it, but you don't believe it has much to really do with the birth of Christ.
I mean, we celebrate the birth of Christ on Christmas, the
Why?
25th.
Why not on the 24th or on the 5th of July?
Exactly. Why aren't we celebrating it right now?
No, why are you not?
You know, why am I not celebrating it right now? You know,
why are you not?
I'm not sure. You know, but
you're following a pagan holy day.
Yeah, but maybe we don't. Well, I don't know. Everything is God's. Nothing is. You know.
Isn't it the placement of Nimrod's birthday as well?
Yeah,
I've heard that as well.
Like you have all of this stuff in Christianity and Islam and these Abrahamic
it's
religions.
the best day from Mithra and Dionysus and several other gods.
So you have all of these gods around the same day. For what reason?
What reason?
Because of the sun.
Because of the alignment and the time and all of this kind of stuff, right?
No, because the wicked one, he mocks. You know, he kind of impersonates. So you would have a lot of this.
Yeah, but you would need to show me, if you was impersonating, you'd have to show me the Christian origin of this day, and there just isn't one. Not in the Bible, not by Jesus' own mouth. Like, in fact,
I think a lot of the religions,
it tells you
Baal worship. A lot of them.
Say that again.
I think a lot of these religions have been hijacked. They're not the purest form. A lot of them seem like Baal worship and like a worship of like Malak and other kind of like, you know, I guess they call
it. But Christianity copied them. Not the other way around.
Let me respond saying that.
Well, not it copied them, but then to be hijacked by the people that really believe in them and kept those beliefs alive throughout generations. So,
well, did you know
celebrated Christmas or Jesus' birthday on, you know, June the 4th, 2,000 years ago, but we don't know because we ain't there.
Yeah, I agreed. I mean, the one true living God can read the motivations of your heart. So if you're actually celebrating Baal worship on Christmas, then you know he's gonna know.
But
go on, Ezra, speak up, man.
Right, and listen, you know what it is? Yeah, the Bible directly tells you not to worship Christmas. Like Christmas
the tree stuff
is in the Bible.
Yeah, the tree stuff is in the Bible. Yeah.
And so like that's what I'm saying. People are putting up the tree. What's that got to do with the birth of Christ? And the Bible directly tells you he's born. Yeah, and his birthday, his parents took him in to go and pay their taxes, and we know that the Roman tax season is in spring.
Oh, so was I a bit closer with the June the 5th guess?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's more like April, isn't it? April.
It would
May.
make more sense because like if you got like your savior, it would make sense. The savior to come in spring, you know, new life coming in as well.
Yeah, when the new
cycle
life,
would
yeah,
make sense.
exactly. It actually says that it was born in a season of everything new or something like that.
No, that's I think we
Can't
celebrate
quote it
that
exactly.
because I think we celebrate it in December because that's when the wise men met the family.
But where's the proof of
the
that?
baby was born. Yeah, the baby was born. That's tradition. But that's what I'm trying to.
It's not in the
see,
Bible though that the wise men met the Mary and Joseph in December.
Yeah, that's tradition. Yeah.
No. You're saying tradition, but tradition is not biblical. So whose tradition
I
is
understand
it?
that. Yeah, I understand that.
So whose tradition are you following? If it's not the example set by Jesus and the Bible.
Yeah.
Well,
all biblical tradition should be biblical, in it.
Listen, there are a lot of things that are, that you do wrong because you're a sinner, and maybe putting up a tree is wrong. Maybe celebrating is wrong, but Christ died for your sins. So, if
So
you have
do
the
whatever
true,
you want.
if you have the true motivation in your heart, and if you have the living spirit inside of you, then you're going to be all right, So you're all getting on law stuff. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. But Christ is my righteousness. So, I do the best I can.
Whoa! What,
bro? This is what they call wishy-washy Christianity, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, as in, like you just float around. The Bible says two men shouldn't sleep together, and then you'd be like, well, Jesus is love and God is love and love is love and doesn't, and it's like you kind of just adapt your belief around.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, you kind of are, because you're if you know something is wrong and you don't have any biblical context to be indulging in such practices, but you're using the fact that Jesus is your righteousness as a shield to do something that is adverse to what you've been taught in the Bible. It's crazy,
right? I'm not talking about myself. I'm saying that if I don't know, hey, I don't know, this is Baal worship or this is what it was in the thousands of years ago, but I celebrate the birth of my Savior on this day. I think that's going to be a lot better than I know it's wrong, and I have that conviction in my spirit, and then I still do it. That's different, because the Lord can read the motivations of your heart. Right now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't you shouldn't kill. You should follow the commandments, definitely. But you're in the flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, I don't know, man. You know
what it is, Jedi? I want to show him one thing.
Go on, bro.
I don't really get to speak to Christians much, but like a lot of Christians think that Paul came with some idea more, was that if they read their Bible a bit more, they would know.
Can you repeat that, please? You broke up.
Yeah, you were breaking up.
Ezra, you broke up. Repeat what you said.
Second. Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Not really.
One sec. I'll get by the Wi-Fi. Yeah, in Romans 3:31, it says, "Do we abolish the law through faith?"
God forbid.
And then he says, "God forbid." That's Paul saying. That's Paul speaking there.
Yeah.
So if Paul's telling you, "God forbid," do we abolish the law? We establish it. Why do Christians today
fulfilled, established?
No,
but not abolished.
No. He's saying, yeah. Do we then make void the law through faith? Yeah, we establish the law. So
no, the law is our schoolmaster.
No, because we've got grace. Grace.
Yeah, we got grace. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, grace is a period of time. Yeah, with the law. You know what I mean? And I'm not perfect. I'm not one to be. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. It's a grace period. It's not just, do what you want now.
So Christ died for some of your sins, not all of your sins. That's what you're saying.
He died for all of our sins. He died to give you a grace period.
Yeah, that's not the Savior I believe in. Yeah,
but it's not true.
Say that again, bro.
I said this is a funny story, but this is not true if you look at it in a right way.
Trust me.
Because Jesus, according to the Christian, was God. So he was before he was Jesus as flesh. So he just went down, make a show, and he knew before that he will be resurrected because he's all-knowing. So there was no sacrifice at all. It was just a show.
I'm not sure about that.
Nah.
I'm not sure.
Theo,
Like,
dropping them
I'm not
bombs.
Christian, but I do think
Nah.
I think that it's one of those ones.
That's
It's a
dead
bit
wrong
like
still.
Krishna. It's a bit like Krishna in the Hindu text going to Earth. Krishna is the entire universe, right? But when he's like at the wars down that they're having like between all the brothers and Bhagavad Gita and stuff, if the guy gets hit with an arrow, he can still die.
That you don't
No,
no,
he's
you
not going
didn't
to because he's
understand.
got all these magical powers.
I agree to you.
Like Jesus is not an abstract. He's literally a physical form of God.
I agree with you that
manifested in flesh,
some flesh died, but not the God. He knew it before that
rule.
he will not die and that he will be resurrected. So there is no sacrifice at all.
Yes, there is, because
But if he knew before, did he know as a baby everything?
But obviously, the spirit God, yeah, is the same spirit that's inside the flesh of Jesus. You understand? So when he became flesh, that was so he could sacrifice, just like his law is. It's a blood sacrifice. The same law that was set up with same covenant that was set up with Moses was that had blood sprinkled on them.
But
the life is in the blood. Yeah.
This is just talking around. He knew it before because your God is all-knowing. It means
he knew
in motion, that he will be resurrected. So in the time when he decided to be a flesh and make the sacrifice, he already knew that he will be resurrected. So there was just a weekend to be tortured. If you look to, for example, at Horus, he was tortured 3 months and he died on a cross too. So perhaps this was a little sacrifice, but Jesus did not. I don't think so.
No, what you're not understanding is that him becoming flesh, he isn't God in flesh. You understand? He's not. He's not.
What has
it's not the spirit of God in flesh. What I'm saying is became flesh, so he could so for one, so he could show men how to live as men, as a man. You know what I mean? And for two, to become the sacrifice to bring us back.
Also, just another point with Jesus on the cross, right? When this sacrifice is taking place, doesn't he like pray and ask his father for mercy or something like this?
Yeah,
because
like he knows that it's gonna happen.
First he says, "Father, why have you forsaken me?"
Exactly.
And he was talking to himself.
Because he wasn't. He wasn't as a man. He wasn't expecting to die at 33.
He was what?
Still a guy. You know what I mean? As I said, as a man, don't forget he's a human being now. He knows he's got to be a sacrifice, but he's not actual God. And people will be like, "Oh, why?
Hold on.
Whoa.
Let Ezra. Was Jesus God?
He's the spirit that's inside him is God.
Okay, was he in touch with that spirit?
Yes.
Or was that spirit hidden from him?
No,
did God hide his spirit from himself?
No.
Okay, so while God was Jesus, and he inhabited Jesus, but Jesus had no idea that God inhabited him.
No, what I'm saying is he's still not the most high. Yeah, while he's in. Don't forget.
While he's in flesh,
while he's in flesh, he's still not the most high. You know what I mean?
Who said that?
The Bible.
The Bible says that Jesus wasn't the most high.
Yeah.
No.
Why are you calling me good? There's only one good. That is the Father, the Most High. You understand?
So, bro, what I'm saying is, did Jesus know he was God?
He knew he was the Son of God and the Spirit of God.
Stop that. Did Jesus know? Stop that. Okay. All right. Let me ask you another question then. Yeah. Jesus was the Spirit of God. Yeah. And you believe that men have spirits, right? So where was Jesus' spirit?
His spirit's the first ever spirit created. That's what I'm saying.
No. Where
that's why
was
he's the anointed
Jesus'
son.
spirit at the time when he was flesh? Where was his spirit?
Oh, his spirit was in him, innit? But he was in flesh.
So his spirit, Jesus'
like
spirit
us.
was in
So he's
there.
a normal man now.
Hold on. 1 second, brother. 1 second. Let me just deal with this pussy.
Yeah. Give him some rocks, man.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So yeah. So you believe that Jesus had his own spirit, a spirit that was separate from God, plus he had God's spirit because he was God and Jesus at the same time.
Nah, like
that's what you're saying to me, bro.
Nah, I understand your question now. I understand what like this goes back to John 1:1, innit?
So Jesus had two spirits inside of him.
I'm saying is
so where was Jesus'
an eternal spirit,
bro?
At the time of him being a man or at the time of creation?
Ezra, I like you so much. I don't want to do this to you, bro.
No, but I don't understand which part you're asking me. Like, where
don't make me do this to you, man. I don't want to give you this work, Ezra, man.
Come, Jedi. Listen, I don't understand your question, fam. What time period when he was? When
Jesus was a man, yeah.
Yeah.
Where was his spirit?
His spirit was in him.
Okay, Ezra, where's your spirit now?
My spirit's in me.
Okay,
well. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's the Messiah.
So when Jesus' spirit was in him, yeah, where was God's spirit? So
you understand the Most High Spirit. You understand the Most High Yahweh.
So Jesus didn't have God's spirit inside of him.
Not like the whole spirit. He had the spirit of God. You understand? Like that don't mean that the Most High is still not the Most High.
Have you got the spirit of God in you?
Not anointed spirit. I've got the spirit of God, but there's one anointed spirit, one Messiah.
Whoa. What? The anointed spirit is what?
The word of God, the spirit of God.
So how many spirits has God got then?
He got all the spirits. All of them.
Spirits are
no, how many spirits has God got? So the spirit inside of you, your spirit, Ezra's spirit is God.
Yeah. Yes.
100%. So you've got.
You are the temple of God, and the spirit of God dwells in you.
So then it's not Ezra's spirit; it's God's spirit. Then.
Yes.
So how many spirits have you got, Ezra?
What do you mean? Like this is
how many spirits are inside you right now, Ez?
This spirit of God that is inside me makes up Ezra. The spirit of God that's inside you makes up Jedi. You understand now?
So you've got your own individual spirit? 1 second. Hello?
The spirit God's gave me makes me an individual. Okay. Just like
Fajai. All right then. All right. Yeah. Right, cool. Sorry, man. I'm getting instructions and shit of how to boil pasta and shit.
I don't know why I'm getting into this with Jedi.
Yeah, fam. Okay, yeah. So I'm back now, yeah?
Live as well.
Live as well, you know.
All right, cool. So listen, let's go back again. Ezra has the spirit of God in him, and that spirit of God makes him Ezra.
Yeah. But obviously he's gave me an individual spirit, which is still his spirit.
So hold on, if it's his spirit, how's it individual?
Individual once it came into the flesh, that makes me.
All right, I'm gonna open this up to the rest of you guys.
So the spirit of God, you're saying, resides in all things. So does that include like a broccoli? If it does, when you eat that broccoli, you are taking some more spirit.
I don't know about broccoli and that.
Of course it has.
Why not?
Surely it should be all life.
Broccoli's alive.
Like, don't leave one life and
but I'm not saying that's the spirit of. That is a part of God. God is everything in it. But
why is the spirit of God not in a plant when the plant is alive?
I don't know.
Because that would mean that plants don't need the spirit of God to be alive.
No.
Ah, shit.
I don't know. You know what it is?
I don't even change anything. No, but I think it makes more sense. Is like everything is the spirit of God, like all matter.
Yeah.
Like literally all universal.
All matter. That's it.
Matter on every single way. That's not my.
We're talking about my individual spirit.
But that it kind of makes sense.
Everything is the spirit.
Okay, so then why would God's spirit be? Listen. So why would you're saying that everyone has a piece of God's spirit, yeah. So Jesus had a piece of God's spirit.
Yeah.
So Jesus didn't have his own spirit.
Yes, he had, because he was with God from the start. From the
So
start.
Jesus has got a piece of God's spirit and his own spirit, right?
You can call it that because he's been with God from the
No.
start.
I
yes.
don't
So
want to
you can
call it that. I need facts. Has Jesus got his own spirit and God's spirit, or has he just got God's spirit? Because you said
No,
it's God's spirit
but
going
no,
into
no,
man.
it's all God. Listen, it's all God's spirit, yeah. But that spirit is the Word and the Son, the creating spirit. That's the first ever spirit, the first and the last, like he says.
Man, you give me a headache, bruv. Let me see what the comments are saying. You carry on.
Yeah, but
you know what it is as well. You gotta identify what it means by spirit.
Yeah.
First of all, what is spirit?
That's the first thing. You ain't even said what is spirit. You got to agree on that first.
Spirit is an energy, in it. Spirit. It's gonna tell you energy.
What is it by definition?
Energy.
Or breath.
Breath is energy as well.
So why don't call it energy? Why call it spirit?
Because spirit is the Bible doesn't.
That was the language
say energy. The word
at the
energy
time.
isn't in. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I mean. It's just describing energy when you're talking about spirit. There's a holy energy. Call it Holy Spirit.
What is Holy
See,
Spirit?
but what's the difference? How can you like this is
The
one
separate
thing that's
spirit,
really
the separate
how
one.
can you have these separate
Holy
things?
just
Like,
means
what
separate.
makes holy and what makes not holy?
Because one's natural and one
like
is
if the Most High
when you
is separate, yeah.
You get me? All right then. Like even down to you, yeah. Like with your body and that, right? You think to move your arm, yeah. Like you can think, let me pick this cup up, and you can actually concentrate on picking it up, or you can just grab it and your mind just computes it anyway. When you cut yourself, what heals you?
Your body.
Exactly. So that shows that your body's got its own amount of consciousness, which
Your
you're
body's
not really
internal functions that it will do, like you're breathing. You'll breathe without thinking, but
and
you
that's
can
what we're
also
saying.
think and breathe.
That's what it's saying is the natural order which goes to the Creator. That is the part that's with God. Do you understand? But it's only alive when the life force is in it.
I understand that, but then same thing with the vegetable, right?
Let me finish. Because the spirit is breath, yeah, and hence, once when you die, sorry, and the spirit leaves your body goes cold, because that spirit has left the body. So technically, while your spirit is in this body, your body is alive, but the spirit also exists separate. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even the way we perceive breath, we see it as we breathe in, and that it feels us off, when really that's our ego separating us, because the breath is there anyway. Space is always there, and just because we pull a certain amount in, that's you seeing it as separate. I don't want to go too deep, man. Cause
I think I get the point. I don't necessarily agree, but I think I understand.
And show people, like talking. You can't really, seeing is it's easier to show people, man, with diagrams and certain things. You can't say certain things. And by the way, I'm not religious. Let's just clear that off. But I can see like the correspondence in religion.
Hey guys, I stepped away for a second. We're talking about spirit now?
Yeah, like what exactly does it mean to each person, and the definition of
what is your
energy
spirit
and spirit, and all these kind of things. And I've got my head puzzled around the difference between them. So if there's a spirit that's good and a spirit that's bad, but does it all come from God? Is they different levels of spirit for humanity and not like a mushroom? Because my logic would tell me that if a spirit or that kind of energy should be kind of the same for everything around. It's just that it's just that like different forms of matter or different biological living matter.
Okay, let me try to demonstrate it.
You know, get what
in
I'm saying?
meditation.
Like it kind of like it has to all come from the same kind of place. Otherwise, I don't understand how you get like, you know, different levels of spirit and stuff.
Okay, so if you let me demonstrate it. I heard this once, and don't laugh. I heard this from KRS-One. KRS-One. Okay, this is ancient meditation. Do you know who this is? KRS-One?
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, you know, I want you to close your eyes. You know, I want you to, you know, shut your mouth and just listen to your body, right? And he says, I want you to, you know, think of a word. Let's think of, I don't know, a book, right? Think of a book, right? And then visualize the book, right? Say the word book out loud, you know, without using your mouth. Say the word book, right? And now what is that voice that you heard in your own mind? You know, what is that visualization? Those eyes that you had your real eyes closed, but you could still see a book, right? That was what I describe as spirit, right? The thing that's not, you know, I'm not using my real eyes, I'm not using my real mouth, but still I say the word book and I hear the word book with my spiritual ears, with my spiritual mouth, with my, you know, this is spirit. This is what we're talking about. I don't know if that helps.
That's like your own internal universe.
Yeah, so there's something that, you know, scientifically you can't really describe. This is some consciousness that's going on inside of your body.
Energy. Right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's going on
for some people, yeah, they believe that this is, you know, just random electrons firing off the, you know, the consciousness.
So depending on your level of consciousness, you're picking up different types of soul energy or spiritual energy to the point
so
which
like awareness,
like,
right?
Imagine.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so it's like awareness, right? So the mushroom, it doesn't have awareness. It grows up. It points to the sun or whatever
I would
it
argue
does.
the mushroom does have awareness, but on a completely different level. Like all living substance are aware to a certain degree, even if it's just feed.
Okay.
Even if they only think feed, it's still a level of awareness.
Yes, yeah. So we're definitely human beings. We're definitely on some other consciousness level than, you know, than a blade of grass, right?
Well,
That's
more complex is we use more of our DNA particles, or whatever they're called, the halotypes, or I don't know what the hell they're called.
Yeah,
more complex.
And I would argue it's because we're made in the image of God, right? So
I would say we seem more complex, so then we would be able to take in more complex soul energy from maybe the soul plane or whatever's going on in the background that we can't see or feel. We just all have our intuition about it. You know, because being a more complex being, we understand more vibrations internally and externally.
I feel like we're on the same level. Yeah, I think we're kind of on the same level of different definitions.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. Guys, I just got a call. I'm gonna be super late to have a dinner, but it's real nice talking to you guys. Hope to speak to you again sometime.
All right, later,
bro.
But
have a lovely night.
Just like he just said,
bless.
Just like you explained, servant, and like he just explained, it's all right. It all just goes back down to energy. Like the breath was energy, a form of energy. Like, you know what I mean? So it's the spiritual, the unseen part of a person, what you was explaining. Yeah. The one that's the bit of you that sees the book. You know what I mean? The bit of you that sees the book without saying it.
Yeah, but this is the problem though, yeah? Because you've got one being, one spirit, yeah? Essentially, God is a spirit. Would you agree or not?
Yeah.
You would, yeah?
Yeah.
You just fell into a trap, yeah? Because spirit is definable, and I feel God is undefinable. So when you fall into that trap, because God creates spirits, right? God is not a spirit.
We are all the spirit of God.
Nah, all right, cool. The spirit of God, but that would mean that there's more to God than just that spirit, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like saying the peel of an orange.
Yeah.
That means there's more to the orange than just the peel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to say the
get that.
spirit of God means there's more to God than just the spirit. So God
But
is
if you
not
look at
a
it as
spirit.
energy, but if you look at it as energy, this is what I'm saying. There's all different types of energy. Cool.
Well, you know what
I
my
mean? There's a
problem is?
non-physical.
I don't know. I don't know about physical energy. What's physical energy, bro?
In like an atom, like an orange in your hand, that's physical energy. So it's all made of atoms.
I don't know about atoms.
Everything's
I've
made
never
of
seen an
energy.
atom in my life. I don't know if I believe in them.
Well, okay, then. Well,
But you could.
it's all a type
Just
of
have to
energy,
go
in it.
to the place where the devices are. You can see it.
Whether it's solid or not.
Microscopes where you can see it.
Have you ever seen Pio? Have you ever seen an atom?
No, I didn't see because I didn't visit the place.
How come none of you people that believe in atoms have ever seen an atom?
But because it's not necessary.
It is. No. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's necessary, bro.
For first, you cannot see it with your blanket eye. That's the main point. So you have to have the facilities where you can see it. And
Who has the facilities to see an atom?
we have microscopes which can do this.
Who has the microscopes?
Okay.
Can I just go to a shop?
You know what it is?
Can I go to a shop and buy a microscope?
No, you cannot.
Electricity is a good example.
It's technology. But if you
Where can I find a microscope that allows me to see an atom?
Electricity is a good example. You don't
Nah,
need to
man,
see
don't
it,
try
it's
it,
there.
brother.
No, I cannot
Look,
answer
you can
immediately.
see
I have to
you can see your light switches on now, but you can't see the electric going through your light. You know
You
what I mean?
can see electric, man. What are you talking about?
Nah, you can see
Yes, you can.
in some
You can
forms.
see
In some
electric.
forms.
I
Nah,
can
but what
see
I'm saying is,
lightning. I can see lightning.
yeah, but that's lightning. Not all forms of electric.
That's electric. I can see you, fam. You can see electric, bro.
Nah, not also. So, wait
bro,
there,
listen what I'm saying to you, yeah?
If you get electric shock, listen, if you get
electric can be
shock off
both
your light
visible. No, wait 1 second. Electric can be both visible and invisible.
That's
yeah?
what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, electric is possible to see. You cannot see an atom.
But what about the part that you can't see? Can't see what?
I don't care about the electric you can't see, but I know there's electric you can see. Show me the atom that you can see.
Like, I'm not going.
Can I talk about the atom?
To me, everything.
Yeah. Of course you can, man.
Okay, I have found it.
Go on.
I will paste you the link in our chat.
Yeah.
Where you can see it.
Cool.
Did you know that when they first discovered the atom, that a lot of the scientists were killing themselves? They just didn't want to live with that reality, that atom.
They're killing themselves?
Yeah, they found an atom and they killed themselves. Because the atom, if you've done a science class, it's a proton and neutron, and they hover around each other, right? But they're really, they're microscopic, right? And, the proton's slightly bigger than the neutron, and then they're held together by some sort of invisible force, right? Follow me?
Nucleus.
And then, so they rotate around the nucleus, and there's, all this space, right? They're held together by some sort of magnetic force, or that's what they assume. But if you put it all together, say you're made out of carbon, right? You're a carbon being. And then when you go place your hand against a wall and you push on it, right? All that space in between the carbon and then the wall should just go straight through each other, right? Because you're mostly nothing. Your whole body is mostly nothing. Your body is mostly the energy that holds the carbon molecules together. It's more of that than it is actual substance. So in reality, you're more spirit. This is how I look at it. You're more spirit than you are actually flesh.
Yeah.
Right. So all of that atoms.
But we know there's alternative theorems to existence and to matter and antimatter and such things. So there's actually formulas that mean you do not need the atom, proton, or neutron for existence to take place. So this is just a theory that you guys are heavily leaning towards. I understand it's what's propagated in the curriculum, but where are the facts of these atoms? Please, somebody show me an atom.
But that's what I'm saying. According to science, Like you are made of atoms.
According to science, you're made of atom. Yeah. According to science, the life started with a big bang.
But that's some. You get me? That's not provable. That's
yeah,
not
but no, but neither is the atom. But neither is the atom, bruv.
But you can test it, and you can
might
test
be right.
though.
But the theory came out before we saw the atom. I paste you 2 links. But because of the theory, we can make predictions about it. And we can prove the predictions. And if you see, the atom bomb is for the most provable prediction of this.
I don't believe in the atom bomb.
Okay.
I believe the atom bomb is a hoax. And anything that you guys believe
visit
in...
the Japanese people and tell them.
Yeah. No. Now, I never said I don't believe in explosions. Yeah. I never said I don't believe in the catastrophe that happened in Hiroshima. What I'm telling you is I don't believe in the atom bomb. I don't believe in the atom bomb, and I'm starting not to believe in nuclear bombs either. That's just that's me. I'm not seeing any evidence, any real evidence that this stuff is real. It's just a good narrative. Same way like evolution. Evolution is explained so beautifully. Like it's so beautifully, and anything that you want to believe in can be explained so beautifully. Deception, the best deception, uses some truth, and combines it with the agenda of a lie, and presents it to you, and you won't be able to differentiate if you're not discerning. So what I'm saying to you right now is we embrace the idea of atoms, but then we distance ourselves from evolution and the Big Bang. But all those theories are one and the same, and they need each other to exist.
Yeah, but they are provable. That's the point.
Yeah, but this is the point. They're provable, but they've not been proven.
It's not like somebody woke up and drank a coffee and said, "Oh, today I have an explanation for this and this."
Can you prove that you evolved from a monkey?
Yes.
You can prove it.
Yes.
That's not testable.
How are you going to prove it?
Of my DNA.
Say that again.
Because of my DNA.
Your DNA proves you came from a monkey?
Yes.
No. That's not testable.
Like, then again, you can't see your DNA.
Say that again?
It's the difference between the evolution theory and the atom and energy theories.
It's not like we directly evolved from the monkey, but we have the same ancestors.
Okay. Ezra, you said it's testable, yeah?
Yeah.
How is it testable, bro? How are you going to test it?
Like... Okay, then there's theories like Ohm's law, innit? Basically, onto electrics again, innit? Ohm's times watts
you're kicking out a lot.
Yo, Ezra, you need to pay your Wi-Fi bill, bruv.
Is that better now?
Yeah, it's better. Say that again.
Yeah, I'm saying, okay, then there's an Ohm's law theory, innit? And that watts times ohms equals volts. Volts times ohms equals watts. It's a triangle.
What is ohms?
You can a form of energy in it, like electrical energy that they make. Ohms and amps make up electrical energy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
not exactly like
that's
this,
what I mean. You can test how much volts you can test how much volts you've got there by ohms and amps. And vice versa again, it's a triangle. But evidence, you can test it 10 times out of 10 and you're gonna get the same
what yeah, but what is that? That's testable, but what is that proving?
It's proving that there is a thing called ohms and amps and they make up volts. Ohms make up
But I think you think too complicated. The proof of all this is that we use the internet. It is based on those things, and it works.
What, the internet is based on atoms?
Yes.
How is the internet based on atoms?
Because it's like because we in fact it is just an information given by negative or positive. I don't know the word. Negative or positive charge. Yeah, it's nothing else. And
okay, I never said that I don't believe in negative and positive charges.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is this, yeah.
But
where is the proof of atoms? You're not going to tell me that the internet. Sorry.
the internet wouldn't work without the atom theory.
Okay, but no, that's not true. That is not true. The internet would work regardless of what theory you put behind it, because the components of the internet are workable. The point I'm trying to say is, if tomorrow scientists came out and said, "Yo, breaking news! What we thought was atoms are really not atoms. They're actually called nanas, and what these nanas do, they move in a different way than what we first believed, blah blah." Because this is what science does. It always upgrades and changes its theorems. Yeah. The internet is not going to crash because our idea about atoms and neutrons has changed.
No, the idea.
So therefore, the internet is not proving atoms. You're using the internet to try and prove atoms.
No, because you think it's true that there was a time that people thought the atoms are the smallest parts of everything. But now we know it's not true. But we know how the atoms behave. And because of their behavior, we could deal with electricity. And it's not like,
we did not. No. You got people like well, they say Isaac Newton discovering things like how electricity works. He had no knowledge of atoms.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah, electricity. We were using electricity and studying what conducts electricity and how to transport it and store it way before this quote unquote
yes, but
this quote unquote theory of atoms.
You might be right, of course, because we are not going we're not experience things from the smaller things. So just people just deal. There is we can make a magnetic field. We can make a wave. Oh, electricity, and then we go much more in it. So the theory of electricity cannot be before the atom theory. The atom theory came because of electricity, because we know or we knew how to deal with those things. You know, if it will be the other way, we'll be gods because we will knew the cause, but we don't know the cause. We come from observation deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in the stuff, so we find more explanation for it.
Hey, I'm taking off. God bless.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Yeah, God bless, servant.
Yeah.
Carry on. Sorry, Pio.
Yeah. Do you think I'm wrong? Because I told you I don't think that it will be possible to make the theory of the atoms before the electricity theory. But we find it only because we wanted to find out how it really works. So then we go deeper and deeper in the stuff. It does not mean that we know everything, but we know more and more, or more that we don't know everything.
Yeah. I hear you, bro, man. And I'm glad that we can just have contrary views and discuss it in a mature manner, and everyone respects everyone's viewpoint. This is how shit should be done. I like that shit, man. But does anyone else want to challenge me on atoms? Because I feel like I'm still undefeated. You guys believe in atoms, but no one's proved the atom to me yet.
Did you check the links?
Shit, no, I didn't. Sorry.
No problem. But you can see the picture there.
Let me have a look.
There are two links. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, where's my Hangouts gone? Hold on.
Because we today we know that.
Bro, I can't see the link that you posted, bro.
You can see the link in the chat, only for us who are in the panel.
Oh no, I can't see it in that chat at all. In the one just for us, I don't see it at all. Oh, is this the chat? No, yeah, no. So I'm my
on the
bad.
right, on the
Yeah,
right
yeah. I
side.
see them. I see them. I see them. I see them.
Okay, I've posted 2 links.
Okay. So you're saying this is a picture of an atom?
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro! Come on, man. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Man.
No, take that second link. It's
Yeah,
much
yeah, I
better.
did. That's why I'm on the second link.
Okay.
Man, you're gonna have to talk me through what I'm looking at. 1 second. All right, here we are. Here we are. All right, guys, you guys can see this?
Yeah, yeah.
I can see.
Okay, so, bro, Pio, be my guest. Tell me what we're looking at, man.
Oh, I'm not a physicist. I just only told you that we are able to see it. So no.
Electron microscope sees single hydrogen atoms. So
Yes.
we're saying that these dark dots are hydrogen atoms, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but I need to know how we've come to that conclusion.
Yeah, you have to.
In the US claim
invite Lawrence Krauss to your conversation. Okay.
Physicists in the US claim to have used a transmission electron microscope to see a single hydrogen atom. The first time that a TEM has been used to image such a light atom. The breakthrough was made by supporting the atom on graphene, a sheet of carbon, just 1 atom thick. This team was also bro. I can't fuck with this, man. I can't fuck with this.
Yeah, I know it seems more mystery than any religion, but that's the beauty of it. That's why I'm not stuck with religion.
No. I understand. I'm not a religious.
No.
This is what?
Religion. This is the science. What you discussing now, not religion.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying. He said that's why he doesn't fuck with religion.
That science is much more beautiful and much more mysteria, not in the religious way, because of all the things we don't know and we can see now because of our tools, and there are much more breathtaking than any burning bush in a desert. Okay.
I don't know. I think if you burn bush in the desert, it's definitely gonna take your breath away. So
no, it's a usual thing because when it's hot, the bushes are all burning.
Yeah, you need to burn some bush to really believe that these atoms. You need to burn some bush to believe that these are atoms, hydrogen and carbon atoms.
That's what I mean. He believes in something he can't prove. Like he's got faith.
You got faith in
He's
this.
Got religion. This is proof. Yeah, you got
faith that this is real, right?
I have no faith. It's provable.
Yeah, but okay, no problem.
As long as it's provable.
You haven't done the test yourself, so you've got faith that the people have done it, right?
No, I have no faith.
In the claim, like Jedi said, that the scientists made. You haven't done the test yourself, have you?
No, I didn't have to test myself, but if I have to do all the tests myself, I will have not enough time to live. But we are using planes, we are using internet, we are using mobile phones, we are using cars, we are using whatsoever, and it's all based on science and not on a god.
Yeah, but what you have to know is, like, as things go on, it's technology, in it. Like, first he had like his bare hands, then he decided, I'll make a spear and I can catch animals now. Like, things just develop.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to say that Pio, what you presented to me was a belief, a religious belief, what you showed me there. And you have to have faith to believe that it's true. It's not something that we can it's not an experiment that we can do ourselves. So therefore we have to have faith in people that are quote unquote more intelligent than us.
Okay, but you can go to any university and or and I don't mean in England. So every university your choice, people
Yeah.
who you trust,
Yeah.
and they can demonstrate it for you.
Okay, I went to university, PO, yeah,
Yeah.
and I studied astronomy. You look like you're about to burn bush. I saw you licking a Rizzler there. You're about to burn the bush, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you do deal with burning bush then?
Yeah, I'm from the desert. Yeah.
You get me? But yeah, I went to university, and when I went to the university, they taught me about the planets, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 7 planets, and they taught me about Pluto as a planet. Yeah. So I graduated from university with the knowledge about Pluto, the planet.
Yes, and now it's not a planet.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to say is, even
Yeah.
if it's taught in university, it doesn't make it fact, right?
Right.
Cool.
But some things are not changeable, like the theory of gravity, or
If it was anything more than a theory,
But-
they would have.
No,
Pio,
let
if
me-
it was
let me-
anything more than a theory, they
No,
would have
no.
dropped the
No,
theory
no.
part of it,
Okay,
and
okay.
it would have just been called gravity.
I choose the wrong word
No,
because
you chose the right word.
No, the theory means in scientific terms the most high thing you can have. It's not theory because it's theoretical.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
just-
it is. Here it is.
You can say it's the law.
No. Look.
It's
The
not
that gravity is
It's
still a
not the
theory.
same. It's not the same understanding as we use it in from day to day language.
Are you saying that gravity has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt?
Yes.
That's not true. That's intellectual dishonesty there, Pio.
Okay, you mean you can jump high and never come back?
No. That's weight. You weigh something. Yeah, you weigh something.
Yes, of course, and we wait just only because the Earth turns around. That's all.
Pio,
There comes the
Jedi.
gravity.
No,
Sorry,
brother.
Can I ask you a question, Jez?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, shut up in the background for a sec. He's not. Yeah. Sorry, got to use them. Yeah. So, can you prove that gravity is not a fact? How we doing this? Are we just like
Okay, yeah, no. What I would say is, rather than me trying to prove that science, that gravity is not a fact, what I would do is put it into the arena of it being a theory, meaning that it's neither fact nor it's just a theory, right? It's an idea, yeah, and and they've made many provable models that work based on that theory. However, there are other models that do not use the theory of gravity, and they also explain reality as we know it. So, for instance, rather than gravity, you could just deal with density and buoyancy. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
So that totally means you don't need gravity now. If you're just working on the theory, or you're just working on the basis of things that are heavy are heavy. Yeah. Things that float, bruv. Yeah.
Yeah.
You deal with weight and
The air is the
density.
mass.
You don't need gravity.
Yeah.
No, it means gravity means that bigger things are attracted to the smaller things, and
Which we have no evidence of.
yeah, but
We have no evidence of that, though.
no, you said you have different explanation for the same thing, but that's what you told us before. But come on, gravity. Come on, it's the.
I got a question then, man. One
You're
second.
walking on the airs. Come on, you cannot
If
question
that was true, yeah, then the Earth would be getting pulled closer to the sun, because the sun
Yeah,
is
it is,
supposed
bro.
to be a bigger mass.
What it is, yeah? So if the Earth is being pulled closer to the sun, what is global warming? What is global warming then?
No, we are pulled closer and far away from the sun. If you know, when we are going around the sun, it's not a perfect circle; it's an ellipse. So we are sometimes closer and sometimes much more far away.
That ain't true, man. We can't.
That's
That
a
we
mad
already know. If the planet was like something like a mile closer to the sun, it would burn to death.
No.
And if it was
this
a
is
mile
not true.
further away,
What you are talking
you
about
freeze
is
to death.
it's the habitat ring, and the habitat ring is much more bigger than you think, because you have to watch some online how the Earth is going around the sun, and it's true. It's not a circle. Sometimes we are more close, and sometimes we are much more far away. And
So
the
if we
distance
was much far
and
away, we would go
distance
through an
and
ice age, innit? Don't you think?
yeah,
Like,
but it's not
if
only the area in which we can move. It's much more bigger than 1 mile. Okay, the really, it's not
Don't
just
hold me to it about a
one
mile.
question,
I'm
brother.
not,
One
'cause
question,
I
brother.
don't know 100% about a mile, but I
Yeah,
know if
one
it was
question.
any closer or further, that's how it
Yeah,
goes. You either burn to death or
this
freeze
is
to
the
death.
creationist
Because
argument that the world is fine-tuned, because if we are 1% closer to the sun, we would die, or blah blah blah. It's not true. The
bro, can I ask you a
the
question?
area in which we can float around the sun is much more bigger.
I don't know.
So what I'm saying is, how come the temperatures drastically then? I'm sure that if we was to, like you're saying, if we stay close to the sun, the next minute we're miles away. Yeah, see a drastic change in temperature, innit?
You're right, of course, and that we are, as somebody said before, a nice time and blah. But the difference in the range where we are moving, it's really, really big. I mean, not
Well, no.
like
That,
the half the distance to the sun or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
but think though, by
But
you said the bigger land mass attracts this smaller one. So that means every year it would be getting shorter, or if it's not every year,
yeah, but
over
we
a
are
gradual
in
time,
movement. The movement.
time would be getting shorter because you'd be getting closer to the sun.
I will agree with you when the Earth would not move. Okay, if the Earth was standing in one place and the sun was standing in one place, then the sun will attract the Earth, and yeah, and one day we
Yeah,
will
but if
land
the gravity
inside.
is that strong, then how the hell does the Earth move away from it? Then, if you're saying that, because obviously you're saying it like 1 minute it's close enough, then the next minute it's away. But if that's what gravity is pulling it, then it wouldn't be able to get away.
It's not
Yeah,
like
exactly. How's it gonna go farther back if gravity's pulling it?
And the sun's bigger.
because of the rotation of the Earth. It's I cannot. I'm not a physicist. You know, the Earth is spinning, and you know the Earth is going around the Earth. So
I don't know.
it's if
Nah, I don't
I
know
don't
that.
know.
I don't
I
know
don't
that.
know.
You
I've
None
never
of
don't
us
done
know
know
that
that.
that
the
still.
Earth is spinning.
In fact,
I don't
I
know.
know the opposite.
I
Yeah.
think the heavens are spinning and them
Yes.
things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Have you seen the model? Have you seen the model of how
I don't
our
need to see the
solar
model. I've seen pictures from out of space at the Earth. I don't need to.
CGI?
You're right. I'm working at this.
No, bro.
I can do
I'll
it.
be totally honest with you. It's all CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you're doing is you're letting them give you composite images. Yeah, which means an artist has to be involved in the creation of these interpretations of radio waves. They're not photographs. You know this, right?
Again.
You mean they are not reflecting the reality?
Yeah, exactly that. Because they're not photographs. They are artists' impression of whatever. They're an artist's impression. They're not based on reality. So, for instance, yeah, that's why you have never seen a photo or images of the sun. When all these people are going to space, why did they never turn around and show the sun?
You can make picture of the sun, huh?
Bro,
From the Earth.
go and Google your picture of the sun and just have a long dark look at it and ask yourself.
I don't need. I have a camera. I just
yeah. Is this a
camera?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Make a picture of it.
Yeah. So can I. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is from space, because that's what you was talking about. Space, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying
it's the same. What's the difference from the Earth and from space?
The fact is, one, you can't reach space. Two, once you're in space, you won't. No one that claims to have been in space ever shows the sun.
Oh, now I have to watch a million of videos from.
You're not going to see the sun. You won't see the sun. Any of the Apollo missions, the Hubble spacecraft.
You can see it on a daily basis.
Yeah, you can. You can see the moon on a daily basis, but they still
you can watch the sun.
But they still faked going to the moon, my brother.
Just watch the pictures from the satellite we are watching live. You can go online.
Who told you it's live? Bro, come on, man. We gotta stop. Why do you assume it's live? Because it's got the four letters underneath it.
Please don't do it.
I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it.
I cannot believe it. You're saying it to me.
Yeah. Because you're just believing. You're just believing. Because what? Because NASA told you so.
Okay.
So Jedi, is it all a conspiracy?
Yeah.
Is it all a conspiracy? Is what all a conspiracy?
Oh no, Jedi, come on.
Indian.
You can be serious about this.
I'm serious. I'm just as serious as you.
Okay,
Indian.
I believe you. Okay, but I cannot take it.
Okay, this is the thing.
My mind is small for this.
No, but
or whatever.
I hear what you're saying, yeah, but I understand that it's difficult to comprehend that the stuff that you believe in may not be true. Yeah. However, many of us have to face these realities every single day when we're dealing with religion.
Based on what?
Sorry?
Why don't you believe? Tell me why.
Yo, look,
because
I don't know. I don't want to prove. I don't want to prove.
Why don't I believe? Yeah. The reason I don't believe is because there is an innumerous amount of evidence to suggest ulterior explanations for our reality. So I would be doing myself a disservice to ignore all the information that my eyes, ears, and body experience on a daily basis, and then believe in the guys that once told us that Africans were 3/5 of human beings. So when you're following certain people that tell you, look, we just found Osama bin Laden, we killed him and we dropped him in the ocean. No, you don't need to see his body. These are the same people that tell you that 12 unarmed men hijacked airliners and crashed them into buildings in one of the most militarized fucking nations on the planet. Yeah, you got to start now questioning the narrative, especially when 10 out of the people that were supposedly killed themselves pop up alive.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm only trying to give you small, easy, generic. I'm giving you generic examples of where what you have been told may not necessarily be true. I'm not saying this is the reason why I don't believe that they go to space, but I'm just showing you that there is a environment, there is a climate of deceit that precedes the very same people that have told us what our reality is. That's all I'm saying. So I feel like it behooves you to explore and to ask yourself questions.
You're right to ask yourself questions.
You know what it is, bro? One second. Going back to what Jedi just said, yeah. Like, this is what made me start questioning the whole thing. To me, find me a picture of the Earth, then a real picture. Find me. I'm like, that's simple. Went on to Google Images. You get me? I thought he was mad when he's asking me this. All these images. We actually went onto the website, and they all say themselves that they're CGI. They're all compilations. That makes me think, wait there, we've got how many thousands of satellites going around our Earth, and there's not one picture.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
When you go to a cinema and see a science fiction movie, those things are really CGI. Those things I'm working on, okay? So you can say that the CGI works so well today that it can't fool you.
Yeah.
Okay. I will agree with that, but I will not agree to people saying we are not on the moon, if you don't agree with that, then we can not say we make pictures of the Earth. Blah. But on the other side, I make a journey around the world with a plane. I never saw an edge for it, so I know it's not flat. Okay.
You say that again?
I make a journey with a plane around the world. Okay, and I never seen an edge of the Earth.
What do you mean around the world, bro?
I traveled from Europe to Australia and on the other way around the world back.
And who told you that you were going around a world? I don't get where your evidence is.
Because if it's not around, I will see the edges.
Why?
Why?
Because I was awake all the time.
No, but why would you see edges though? Why would you? I don't get it.
Because somebody said, for example, the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
So those people who say the Earth is flat is all same people who are saying we are not at the moon.
No, but this is the problem, yeah. This is the problem. Because you hear the Earth is flat, then you start imagining an edge. Why do you imagine an edge?
Whatsoever that if it was the
Bro,
Earth is flat.
what if I told you that you could never, ever, 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 ever find the edge of existence? It's like looking for the edge of the universe.
Mm.
Do you know where the edge of the universe is?
We know where the edge is.
You know where the edge is?
Yeah, because we can measure how we know today how big the universe is, how fast it's expanding, and so we know because then we didn't we're not.
So what is the Earth? What is the Earth expanding into?
The Earth will die. Because the sun will explode or the Andromeda galaxy will crash into us. So that's the future of us.
No, that's your future.
No, it's the truth.
Trust me, that ain't mine.
If the sun is, there will be a time when the sun will lose the energy and then it will explode and burn the
Bro,
Earth down.
I don't subscribe to none of that.
Yeah, you can have your own opinion, no matter. I'm basing my opinion only on science. The thing you think that's a belief.
You do know that science is supposed to prove when you to get to the stage of knowing, not belief. And
Yeah,
you
but
still,
bro,
at the end of your thing, you're still in belief, blood.
I know. I still missed. I missed where the fuck where it's expanding into. I missed that bit. What's the universe expanding into?
I don't know.
What? Well, you said you know about the edge of
yes,
the universe.
Because
yeah?
we know we are it is expanding. We know of the phenomena of Big Bang. It doesn't mean it was a start, but it was a point where the universe or our universe was very, very small, and then it expand, and this is called
singularity.
Please tell me what was outside of the universe.
We don't know. We cannot look.
So then we don't. Then you are not aware of the edge of the universe. Then
we know where it ends because
no, you don't.
For
if
example,
you knew where it ended, you know what was on the other side. No. Come on, bro.
And if you knew what if it was expanding, you would know what it's expanding into.
Radiation.
One second. If the universe was expanding, you would know, and we would see what it's expanding into.
Yeah, we see it. Yeah? We see it through telescopes.
So what is it
really
then?
Easy. It's really easy. If you look at a picture from a Hubble telescope, for example, you see the galaxies that they are all drifting away from another. Okay, so
hold on. So what are you saying is that everything is seeable with a telescope? So you're saying we can see the edge of the universe with a telescope?
No, we cannot.
Can we see all the galaxies?
But we can see.
Can we see all the galaxies?
Yes.
every single galaxy we can see.
They have not every single, but we can see the edge because there is a picture of the back radiation.
Bro.
Yeah, of the back radiation.
Bro.
It shows the whole map of
you know,
our
you do know that they can't find the Malaysian Airlines still, you know, but we can see the edge of the universe.
Not like you think.
Malaysian Airlines has gone missing, yeah, and we can't find it. We don't know where the inhabitants are. No one knows where the plane is, but yet we can see the edge of the universe and all the galaxies within it, and we know where it's expanding to. No, bro, something ain't right.
Not where it's expanding to, but the fact that it's expanding and it's getting faster and faster. That is all we know now. And we, as perhaps you can watch something from Lawrence Krauss. He's a cosmologist and physicians, and he will explain to you that they make a picture of the, like, if you you saw, for example, the maps of the Earth when it's shaped into one shape, yeah, and they make it from our universe from the shape, and they could only make it because of the theories: gravitation, Big Bang, atoms, what you want, yeah. They make a prediction, they can make the picture, and they did it. That's all I can. I'm not a physicist, and I'm sure it will take 2 hours to explain, and you will say, I don't understand nothing. But
it's not even that.
But try some Lawrence Krauss.
Bro,
you don't need to believe him.
What you're
Just
telling
try
us
it.
here is not relatable to us, like on it, something that we can just deal with on it, you know, easily. You're telling us to go through middlemen. You're no different to religion. You're telling us to go through middlemen.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
faith.
the
It's
thing.
a faith. That's all it is.
Hey, listen, science is clearly the biggest religion, bro, and it has
I know.
And it has the biggest grip on people's minds.
Yeah,
the biggest grip.
You can do it
it's
all
called
the
people
time.
don't understand that how they was tied together. Remember, he was half the time back in the days. Religion was the science. It was the flipping priest and that he was doing the science.
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
like
trying
alchemy
to.
and
They
shit.
were trying to make God real. That was the science.
There we go.
Peace, brothers.
Well, go on.
What's going on?
Peace. Oh, hi.
Man like Mike's.
I just want to ask some of the brothers who warm to the idea of like a flat earth a few questions.
Go on.
Yeah, so basically, so this is why I don't believe in a flat earth. And I believe the earth is, let's say, a sphere. Yeah, note that I said this, I believe, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So
I
question
definitely
for
had that belief thing still.
you know what I mean? So yeah, of course, I don't know, you know, I haven't carried out the experience myself. But this is from my observation now, yeah? So okay, let's say if the earth was flat, how comes we're able to see all the how comes we're not able to see all the constellations in the sky? Because one thing we do know is that because the earth is actually a sphere, from certain angles standing on the planet, from different places standing on the planet, we can't see all the constellations in the sky. That's because the earth's a sphere. So some of our view is actually blocked because of the shape of the earth. So if the earth was flat, if the earth was flat, all the constellations will be visible to you.
No,
the earth.
That's not true, bro.
Oh,
that's cool perspective, bro. That's not true. You can stand on a flat piece of land. You're not going to be able to see everything above you because what are you talking about? Distance and shit. Some shit's far away, bro. You get me? Some shit's over there, and you have to walk closer to over there to see it, right?
Bro, you're talking. I know. I see where you come from with distance, but that's complete. I'm saying, okay, bro. I'm saying, look, even with a telescope in certain places on the Earth, you cannot see it. You can't see a certain star system because the Earth is blocking it. It's not about distance. You could even do the same thing with a telescope.
Bro, let me ask you a question, yeah? If the Earth is round, yeah, the Earth is round, and you was on the Earth couldn't block your view. Yeah? If the Earth was concave, then that would make sense. Because you'd be blocked by Earth that's rolling up, right? It doesn't make sense for you to be on a ball Earth and say that the Earth is blocking your view of the stars, bro.
Make a sketch.
That don't make no
Wait,
sense.
let me try and send a picture through. Let me try and send a picture through. Yeah, hold me on that one. I'll try and put a picture in a group here quickly. Yeah.
Say no more. But am I making sense to everyone else or?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I don't.
Like, if it's a ball,
Let me get a picture. Let me get a picture
blocked
for you.
by the ball.
So
let me get a picture for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Because if it's a ball, how could it block?
How would it block your view? I don't get that.
If you're standing on top of a
Let
ball,
me get a
if you're
picture.
standing on top of a ball.
Hey, Mike, why are you smoking like the fucking Dan Dapper of fucking North London, bro?
Bro, you know what it is.
Yo, you need the smoking jacket, cuzzy.
When it comes to flat
Bro,
Hey,
shut up, man.
Jedi.
I know you're a flat earth denier, Michael, man. Shush.
Hey Jedi.
Yo, brother.
Yo, you know the worstest thing, fam. You see you on Sunday in the park.
Yeah.
Yo, you can hear me? On Sunday in the park, fam. I was filming one discussion like similar to this about cosmology and the origins of the universe and expansion of the universe and all them things.
Yeah.
With one brother who interviewed Stephen Hawkings like recently.
Shit.
And you know you a respect come on down, fam. You come and whispered into the mic, fuck alright, and that pussy. And it's popped off, blood. You just popped off, fam. I said, you some joking, fam. Man said, filming one, but he interviewed Stephen Hawkins, you know, fam. Man just come over on some joke thing, you get me? Just mock the thing, fam.
Fuck yeah. That's crazy. Now, that's my new thing, though, still. Fuck right in the pussy. I went past some school kids, yeah? And the school teacher was giving them a proper demonstration. Like, yeah, and here we have rare. And I walked past and I was like, fuck her right in the pussy.
That is funny.
Did you run as well?
Yeah. To be fair, I was on my bike. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, see.
I just went, and I could just hear bare laughter. And then the teacher saying, settle down.
Word buy. Man done a word buy on this.
Trust me, anytime you see a big camera crew and an interviewer, like reporting live, that's what you have to scream out. Fuck her right in the pussy.
Yeah.
Explain that.
You seen that guy that pops up bare places and that?
Yeah. I'm on that. That's my new thing still. You can make it on the news like that, bro.
Did you see how they were going in on the chat in the thing? They said, "Oh, right, Jedi seems upset. He hasn't been the same since and blah blah blah." I was like, look at these guys, man.
Yeah, them man are proper psychologists, innit? They know me very well. You get me?
Psychologists, fam.
Yeah. They're what you call the Kellogg's psychologists. You get me? Collect a couple packs of Kellogg's and you get me?
No, but real talk, Jedi, I was just telling the next brother, yeah, that even me, I mean, we all get threats and all these type of thing, yeah. But I got another one the other day on some beans thing, fam.
What, gal? Oh, no. Beans? What beans?
Yeah.
What beans?
Yeah, man rendered man and put man's head on some homo shit.
That is shit.
I'm telling you, bro. You get me? And then tried to talk to me through the Facebook Messenger.
Matic.
So there's 3 messages, you know, like I have to accept it. You get me? Because you can't just talk to man if you don't know, man. You get me? On my thing. Yeah. So I've gone into it to see what the messages are. I've seen blood collage, fam.
Collage of man, you know.
Collage, fam. 3 different pictures. In fact,
no respect.
Yeah, like raw. Man says, yeah, you're a batty, man. Like really.
Yeah, they're onto you, boy.
Cool, fam.
They're onto you, boy. Fucking hell.
There's nothing you can do unless you know.
Yeah, what can you do, mate?
I need that program that some niggas say they got. You know the one that can find niggas' IP address?
Bam, yeah, that's about, bro. That's not even a joke.
And then me and you, Jedi, we can do a show on it.
And just start exposing bare man.
Go into their house, fam.
Trust me, I'm on that.
Yeah, go to Reminder's house and them type of man.
No, I'm not getting Reminders yard still. Nah, I don't want to end up with an M charge, bro. I'm not getting there. Oh, M man, still.
He still be smiling, innit?
M man.
He still be smiling in that cheesy smile, fam. You get me?
Yeah, bro, allow it.
Even when they find the body, he still be smiling like, nigga, this nigga still giving cheek, and he's dead. They beat him to a pulp, burnt his body, and this nigga's still smiling.
Well, big up the comment section though. Everyone in there holding it down. Some good conversation in there. I can see the edge of the galaxy, but not the world. It's true, fam. Yo, this is too much. Better than Friday Night SmackDown. White boy getting schooled up in here. That plane landed safe and sound. Hey, Mike, this ain't you, is it?
Huh?
9 E for 9 T9.
No, that's someone else.
Okay. I keep thinking it's you. Well, big up 9 E for anyway. Baba Dule says, weed has not opened this guy's mind at all. He's smoking low grade. Yeah, man is high on lies, you know. Bushweed.
We smoking the bush.
Yeah, no, cause man was talking about basically he's smoking the burning bush, innit? It's burning.
See. Yeah, the burning bush. Yeah, it makes sense. Was a plant, fam. You get me? Man got high and he thought he saw God. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But you know, them things is unacceptable, innit?
I teach. Mike, why is Teach saying that you're an agent, bro?
Huh?
Teach is calling you an agent out here.
Who's Teach?
Teach.
Yeah?
You know Teach from the Hangouts?
Oh, no, I don't know about agent.
Always got that, like, Somalian looking cat that's got the hat sideways and that.
Jedi.
Fuck that nigga, fam.
Yo, Jeds. Hello.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yo, Jedi.
Man's laughing at your rendering and that, bro. Man, them are laughing at your rendering and that.
Right, it can happen, man.
Yo, Jedi.
All right, cool. So where's my man that ran up for the picture? What's going on?
Huh?
Yo, Jeds, can you hear me?
Where's he run to?
Yo, Jeds.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, you mean Melvin?
Hello, Jedi.
Yeah.
Can you see the picture? I put it in a group.
You put it in the group?
I beg you, share it.
What, in the actual...
I beg you, share it. Yeah, in the actual Hangouts group, innit? I don't have to get it up on the actual live thing.
1 second. Let me look for it for you.
Cool. Let me just untangle my headphones. Mad tangled. 1 sec.
Okay, Melvin, you put it in the wrong thing.
What, is that what you're doing, Melvin? Putting it in the wrong thing and that, yeah?
What's that?
Yo, tell me, this cartoon picture thing.
Don't start him off with this, man.
Cartoon picture thing.
I can't see nothing.
Don't start him off with the thing.
I can't see nothing.
This
I just put it in a group.
Cartoon picture thing saying field of view.
It's a cartoon thing.
Bro, you're in two groups, it seems, then. Must be. You're in two.
Yeah, it says true. There's like 1 million people on this chat. I was wondering how many come so many people are on here. You got two hangouts linked together or something.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many people's in this
when
hangout
my man
now?
said he was posting pictures, I couldn't see it. But now Marvin's posted this picture, I can see what he's talking about.
No. My man posted his chat. My man posted it in the actual hangout chat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the actual hangout that we're in now? You know the sidebar?
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but Marvin put his... I don't know, bro. I'm confused now, bro. I don't...
What is in the hangout that we're looking
I'll put
at?
in the Hangouts group, not the chat thing. I don't know how to put it in the chat thing itself. Let me try and put it in the chat thing. 1 sec.
Yeah, I see it. I can see it still. He's talking about
can you pull up for him, please?
the field of view. But I don't know how to do that. Share the screen and all that still. But I can see the picture still.
I can't see shit. Can anyone that see it share their screen?
It says field of view.
I'm on my phone.
If I share my screen, you're just going to see my big face looking at the picture. Not the picture, you get me?
I don't know what's going on there, man. I think I don't know. This is confusing me. I think I got too many things open, bro. Yeah. Anyway, AR23, the original flat earther. Have you come to ride out for us, AR? Yeah, we can't hear you now. So your mic now work. We can't hear you, AR. Nah, brother. Man, I'm really trying to find Marvin's picture, bro. That's important to me right now.
Oh, Marvin.
Yeah. So what was it a picture of, Marv?
It was like a half, I don't know. It just gave perspective, innit? Like eye perspective on a round thing, but it's very poor. It was a very poor diagram still. You couldn't.
Is it poor? Yeah.
Yeah, you could have.
Okay, so what are you saying? It doesn't really support the argument.
It kind of does, but I don't. It doesn't make sense to me because I mean, if the Earth is flat all around, you cannot see the whole universe. There's no way. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the sheer vastness of the size of the planet.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Either or.
Why do people think that the Earth is flat? What purpose would it serve for them to tell us that the Earth is flat round when it's flat instead? That's what I
bro,
can't
you come with that schoolboy question, bro. You know this already, man.
What purpose is that, bro? Is it for it to
all right,
for them to
really
tell us that it's round? They can give you the dimensions of the whole of the Earth. I've not measured myself, but there's measurements out there and whatever. So what purpose would it do to just tell you that the Earth is flat? It doesn't make sense.
Oh no, what
it's not
purpose
nothing
would it
that
be to tell you that the Earth is round when it's flat? And I would say that I would say that there's many things that we believe about reality that help to shape the way we behave and the way we think. And I feel like the shape of our home or the nature of our home is one. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. I feel like if you always believed that you lived in a hostel, in a one-room hostel, then you'd live according to living in a one-room hostel, right? But if you found out that you had unlimited land in your back garden, or like you lived in a one room in a mansion, you'd go explore, right? Right?
Yes, of course you would.
So this is what I'm trying to say, Figure, yeah, even though you aired me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here still. I tweet the mic still, man. The youths were shouting in the background, you get me?
Yeah. So like I'm saying, yeah, I feel like it helps to control your perception of reality. Simple. And I feel like maybe if you knew the true nature of where we lived, you'd be more inclined to believe in a creator.
Hold on, what? Can I ask a question, please? Since I'm I'm trying to be neutral. I don't really like to get involved in flat Earth.
Sorry. Pause there. What did you say that last bit about the creator?
I said I feel like if we were allowed to know the true nature of our in where we inhabit, we'd probably be more inclined, or could be more inclined, to believe in an actual creator, an intelligent, deliberate creator.
I want to know about the I mean, what's the main basis of why man is saying that the Earth is not circular? I mean, the circular argument. Hold on 1 second. The circular argument has obviously NASA is the main thing for people who believe against it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I mean,
but it's the main thing for people that believe for it as well, though, bro.
That believe for it. So they both use NASA, in a sense.
Yeah.
As in to prove and disprove. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I find that most of the argument centers around the image of the planet. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that people are saying that look, NASA are doing rendering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything, every image from NASA has to be that way. If you understand the process of how they get the picture.
Yeah, I hear the excuse about why they have to do the composites and blah blah blah. I hear all that, man.
And change the colors. So they have got images like of the Earth, you know, taken from the 70s, 80s, through the different periods or whatever, supposedly. Yeah, but those actual natural images of the planet would not be suitable for sale. You know what I mean?
Why?
You have to put it in Photoshop and lighten
Why?
up.
Why?
Because I think a couple of them was just too cloudy. You couldn't see Africa. You couldn't see nothing.
Wow.
So, you know, there'd be no point in that, which I kind of understand. Do you get what I'm saying? So that the sea bit, which they assume to be the sea, they will highlight it a bit more blue, because those are colors are impossible exaggeration. So I do agree with you that they do use Photoshop to render the images, but all of their images have to be rendered, whether it's Earth, Mars, you know what I mean, anywhere, any planet in our solar system that they've sent their cameras round or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
What I don't get is why it can't be
what's up,
both.
people?
Yeah. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Can you hear me?
I said what I don't get is why it
Yeah,
can't
I
be
mean,
both. You understand, like the land mass, the land that we walk on is flat, and then the atmosphere, you know, atmos, steam, is a sphere, steam sphere, would give that illusion of it being a ball.
Of course.
Best of both worlds.
you can hear me.
Yeah. Go on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Can I ask another question? Hello.
Go to.
Yeah, go on.
Go for it. Go
So
for it.
basically, yeah, ships at the horizon. So what we see now, what we could see from our own observation, from our eyeballs, is when a ship is just going. When a ship's at the, when we see a ship sailing, we see it leaving our horizon gradually. So we actually see the ship basically sinking. And the reason why we actually see that is because that, to me, it shows that the Earth is curved.
Yeah, it's curved.
If it was flat,
Can I
see the ship in whole all the time, all the way through.
Can I get that?
If it's like to minimize, if it's like to, if people try and say, oh, that's because of its distance, what we'll see the ship actually get smaller, not actually sink, as in go down.
Can
That's
I
another
get that?
that we could see from our clear observation with our eyeballs.
Okay, let me explain that. I mean, if you done like something like foundation art, you would understand the term the vanishing point.
That's right.
And everything comes to a vanishing point due to perspective and through our observation. And we can only see to a certain distance. Now, it was going over an edge. Yeah. That means if I was on a plane or if I got up higher, I could probably see the curve of the Earth, because the distance what we're seeing from the ground is guaranteed shorter than the distance if I was higher up. So that doesn't even hold true in that kind of perspective. Now, the reason why it looks and it appears that it's disappearing over a curve and so forth it's just purely down to the fact that we only can see to a certain distance. You understand? So if you had like binoculars or a telescope and you look at that same boat, it will come back into view. And this has been done many times online, which you can go to many flat earthers channels and see this experiment done by the average Joe. Yeah, it's called a vanishing point, and they use it in painting when they're doing perspectives, trying to make a focal point, so to speak. It's just like when you walk down the park, even in Hyde Park, you see the row of lights, yeah, which light up the park. It's like a row of trees. The trees get smaller. The trees are not exactly smaller.
Hold on, wait.
I understand things getting smaller because of distance.
Hold on, one second.
About the ship, when I'm mentioning the ship, what we see of the ship, it seems like it's sinking. So we see the ship seems like it's going downwards. We're left with only the top of the ship because it's going over a curve. Understand if it was a flat object, if the Earth was flat, what would happen is that we'll see the sink just get smaller. We'll still see the complete ship, but we'll just get smaller.
My brother, let's just take it to the basics. Yeah.
Go on.
It might be up in a bit, but listen, let's get to the basics. Yeah, even if that was your argument, you know, the reason why I became a flat earther is because the concrete evidence of the fundamental fact that water always finds its level. Yeah. Now that boat is floating on water, and water does not bend. Yeah, on the outside of an object. Now you can say, oh, gravity's holding that gallons of oceans down on the surface using gravity, but yeah, a butterfly and an ant, a flying ant, a bird can fly and leave this gravitational pull. Yeah, it kind of contradicts itself. There's no consistency in this kind of ideology. Now, we've been told a lot of stuff for many years, and yet still kind of digest this stuff as the truth. And I, you know, and we don't believe our own senses. We've lost our senses totally. So, you know, when you say that, oh, we see the boat going over the edge. Like I said, go and get some binoculars and you'll see that the boat's still there.
Have you done that yourself, bro?
I've done it myself.
We've seen it, bro. That's basic. The boat does not disappear beyond the fucking horizon. It's basic, fam. All you gotta do is zoom in with the telescope, and you still see the boat. You see the bottom of the boat. It's not hiding nowhere. It's perspective. It's simple, bro. Even scientists will see. This is the thing. People like to use science, yeah, to try and disprove the flat Earth. But when you chat to scientists, they tell you, one, it is impossible for you to see the curvature of the Earth from the Earth. They tell you, two, no man has ever detected the motion of the Earth. Curvature. They tell you, three, that things do not vanish over the horizon, bro. It's normal physics, bro. It ain't even nothing major. So basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, what have people done to convince you that what your eyes and your senses tell you is incorrect? Because you do not detect a spin. You don't detect no motion. Yeah?
You can't feel it.
Have you seen the model of how the solar system is traveling through the universe? Do you realize that they say everything is moving? Like Pio said, yeah, the universe is expanding. The sun the Earth is going around the sun. And the Earth and the sun are shooting through the Milky Way. The Milky Way is shooting through the universe, and the universe is expanding. That's a lot of movement.
And yet the stars are all in the same place.
Day, put a feather in the air, and it won't even move.
Stars are still in the same place since they built the pyramids of Giza.
It's the same place, and we're supposed to be traveling through the universe, and the stars are not getting any closer or any further. Is that not a bit weird? No,
but didn't the people that built the pyramids of Giza, didn't they work out the circumference of the globe?
I don't believe that. No,
the circumference of the globe. The circumference is, you know what the circumference is? The circumference is a circular motion. It's not a spherical. So this is what people get mixed up. People tend to get.
There's no mix up. Circle is
spherical and circular. Circular is a two-dimensional object. Sphere is a three-dimensional object with no point of orientation. Every point is unique on a sphere.
So can you not measure why this? You tell me you can't measure a sphere.
You can measure a sphere. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If the people have supposedly got the measurements for the sphere.
And you know who came up with this calculation?
But I don't know what the calculation is. I don't know whether you see, this conversation doesn't really mean nothing to me. But
I know
it's just
it probably doesn't.
That people believe that the Earth is flat, people believe that the Earth is round, and all this sort of stuff. But
you know what I would say to that, Bigger? Yeah, I hear you say this all the time, and what I would say is, you know what? Yeah, me and you, Bigger, we might talk about different types of weed, innit?
Yeah.
Feel me? And like, to be fair, that's not helping neither of us.
No.
Yeah, but we still indulge in it. So I don't know what, when it comes to this flat Earth thing, certain people take a certain stance that just kind of means like, I don't know, bruv. Like it's almost like it's a totally pointless thing to believe in, but it really structures the way you look at reality.
I just think I'm just wondering why, or even how the information say that. For me, how I believe that the Earth was round or whatever, isn't it? Because obviously, if I look at the sun, I look at the moon, I can see. So that's just making me think, well, and what we're standing on is the same.
All right, let me ask you a question. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Do you have you got any evidence to prove that the sun is a ball?
No, I'm just saying from what I look at it. When I look at it, and I can see it. I've got no evidence to prove that.
No, wait. From what you look at, you see a circle. Yeah. Same with the moon. Yeah. Remember, they've got a whole side of the moon that you've never seen.
You never seen.
Yeah, that's how they explain it to you. Yeah, you never see the other side of the moon. It's called the dark side of the moon, fam. Yeah. Now this moon is supposed to be a ball, but you're only seeing one side. Is that not raising no alarm bells for no one? No.
Yo, bro.
It's strange,
What about, how does,
like that's what I'm trying to say.
Let me
how
ask
do you
you.
explain the eclipse though?
Listen, let me tell you something.
How do you explain eclipse on a flat
Wait,
Earth?
so wait, you're saying that there's a dark side of the moon that's never been seen by no one else?
Yeah, except for quote unquote astronauts that have traveled to it.
Not even them. Not even them.
Jedi.
Not even them.
That's funny. That's funny because at the end of the day, yeah, you got to realize what the brother said when he mentioned Kemet is a good point that he made.
No, I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna get back onto that and say, do you know what? I think that was kind of a good point, cause I don't really know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I don't know the measurements. I couldn't tell you. The measurements is this by this, and that's gonna give you that. Yeah, I couldn't tell you that, but I've seen. The measurements have, so that it's been worked out, and it's been worked out that it's on a tilt. So that's why the Sahara Desert is dry at the moment.
Yo, brother,
to be fertile.
You see my man that said he can see the sun and that, yeah? He watches the sun and the moon. So
Me, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So where does the sun rise? What position on a compass?
I don't know what about that.
In the east.
I've never but I'm saying I've never stood out and waited for the sun to rise and say, it rises over that side, or waited for the moon
to in the east and it sets in the west, yeah? I've tried it. Where is it at midday?
That's what I'm saying. All these questions about where the sun is at this. I've never really answered myself them questions. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's the key thing. You have to put yourself in the center of it.
That's what I'm trying to say. I've not answered the questions until like now. People are saying the Earth is flat, the Earth is round.
I think
so I'm trying to figure out why would you think the Earth is flat? Why would I think the Earth is round? Or why would I think the Earth is flat? And why would you think the Earth is round?
That's why for me, in the middle of the day, I see the sun right above my head. Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, but that's what I'm saying.
I think bigger.
What about wait? Right, pause. Hold on a sec here. Steps here. But so what about what I just said about the Sahara Desert used to be a fertile land, and because the world is supposedly on a tilt, and that's moved the monsoon rains further south or further north or whatever, and made the other grounds fertile around it.
Well, I hear all of that, but I weren't alive then. That's what it comes down to me. I said I go off what I see.
Exactly. I'm bigger. I mean, bigger. There's a lot of history what we've been taught, yeah. And I mean, like the biggest one is that we've been taught that the Earth is a globe. So, and we've accepted that a long time ago.
And that's
now, why?
Hold on, wait. Is that conspiracy?
It's not about conspiracy. It's about whether it's true or a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
it's a conspiracy. Because if that's the case, you know what I mean? As you said, you have to, everybody has to be in on it, yes?
And they are.
Well,
yeah?
they are.
Everybody.
They are. I mean,
so where's your evidence coming from then? If everybody agrees that the Earth is...
Evidence is observational. It's simple. It's simple. Like I said, start with water.
Is it from the Flat Earth Society? Where you're getting...
but you know you've got a round Earth in your picture though, innit?
That's it's round. It's not a square.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you say what you're saying is round and flat.
Yeah, it's round and flat. Anyway,
supposedly,
because we
you start with
Ratchet Discworld, because I remember that.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Listen.
I remember. I was there. You know
Did you say round and flat?
Yeah.
It's like
bro,
elephants underneath or something.
Bro.
You know me? That's what.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
Look. Jedi's gonna say another truth. Yeah. Nobody knows.
I want to know why the conspiracy against the shape of the Earth. I've just
told you that, fam. Same reason there's
but there's no evidence.
Same reason.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. AR23 just said, yeah.
My man don't listen.
No, I'm just saying AR23 said 20. Sorry, not to misquote him. You got what I'm saying, that most of the everybody is involved in this conspiracy. You got what I'm saying? So that means the people who believe in a rounder don't necessarily have to produce any evidence because they're making pure evidence. Yes or no?
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's you flat earthers. No, hold on one second. It's you.
Well, obviously, both sides have to provide their claims.
Yeah. But
what they're
one,
proving.
remember, because if man is saying it's a big conspiracy, that means they're outside of the conspiracy, and that means everybody else is working in tandem. So that means there's pure evidence for us supposedly round earthers. Do you know what I'm saying? To say, okay, let me go to this one, pull this picture, pull this information, pull this mathematics, pull this longitude and latitude,
You can,
pull this
but you won't.
vanishing point.
You can, but you won't, because of the fact that they've hardwired this idea into your whole being.
Trust me.
Yeah, it's perpetuated in your mind. It's too late. It's like you're a crackhead. Let go of the pipe.
Honestly, fam, yeah, listen. When you go and talk to pilots, no, bro. When you talk to pilots,
I got pilots in the family. Yeah.
When you talk to pilots, yeah, and you say to them, "Rah, pilot uncle, yeah, pilot uncle, are you constantly dipping your nose down when you're traveling to compensate for the curvature of the Earth?" And they say no.
That's just
I'll make
it easy.
That's just YouTube logic.
No, it ain't YouTube logic. It's actual logic. It's logic. YouTube logic.
Why would they play that?
Remember, yeah? Remember, the Earth is spinning, yeah? The Earth is spinning, bro, yeah? And as you shoot up, you're not taking into consideration that the Earth is curved and that the Earth is spinning, yeah? So, to me, how are you not taking that into consideration for your landing and takeoff? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's that the place. Sorry, hold on a second. I think
that's what we have
that
air traffic control.
where that.
So what about before air traffic control?
Produce a picture of your
just eyes, and they go wrong sometimes.
Eyes.
That's why we have air traffic control.
Bro, no. Air traffic control is to stop planes smacking into each other.
No, they're not. They assist planes from taking off and landing.
Yeah. No, that's just to eliminate human error. It's not to compensate for fucking the curvature.
No,
bro, you can't do that. You're not gonna. What we're not gonna do is chat shit.
Ain't the plane big enough? The landing that the plane's coming off the Earth, the plane's coming off. It's big enough. It's so big that you're not really going to see the curve in a if you're taking off a company. I mean, you're not going to have to, because it's not like you're landing on a small ball in it. It's, don't you think, because there's space, there's
you're not going to see the curve, bro.
What when you
listen, we just come on, bro.
That's not right. So if I lift the ant off the ground, is it going to see the curve off the ground? That's what I'm trying to say.
Say that again.
If I lift an ant off the Earth, is it going to see the curve of the Earth? That's what I'm trying to say.
If you lift it far enough,
if we need to go far, that's what I'm trying to say. So if the airplane's not going far enough away in the atmosphere.
If you got a ball, if you have a ball and you put an ant on a ball and then you flick the ant, what's going to happen to the ant?
It's going off the curve.
What's going to happen to the ant, bro?
Yeah, it's going to roll over. But I'm saying that if the ant is small enough to stay on the big ball, or the ball small. You know what I'm saying? It's all to do with size.
But this is the point I'm saying. So really, what I should be able to do is shoot up into space, chill there for like 10 minutes while the Earth spins, and drop back down and be in a different location, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that depends on how fast the place is spinning, how high you jump, the size of the landmass that you're jumping.
Why? As soon as you leave hold on. As soon as you leave the Earth.
Jeff, hold on a sec. Hold on, let me finish, bro, because you're putting a lot of simple logic into something that's really complicated. That's quite a complicated thing. Obviously, if we're going to see, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not saying that the Earth is flat all right.
But they're going to tell you. But they're going to tell you.
To find out why.
Biggs, they're going to tell you that the atmosphere is moving too. Kemi, they're going to tell you that the atmosphere is moving. So like I said, on a still day, you can go out there, listen, when I can go out there and put a feather in the air and it ain't going to bend, it ain't going to flick or nothing, on a perfectly still day, they're telling you that the Earth is spinning 666,000 miles an hour, fam. Do you not see like it's... The reason why simple logic fucks this shit up here is because, like, the truth is simple, bro.
Can you feel the spin?
You need all the lies and the complicated theories to try and cover up the truth.
Yeah, let me just say one thing.
Go on.
Yeah. You see, if the Earth was spinning, like how the scientists are telling them, the hot air balloon, the high altitude balloon, past the clouds, yeah, and when you land back down, you should be in a totally different place.
Yeah.
Because the Earth
Hey,
is spinning
start
underneath
again,
you.
man. Start again. I didn't even hear what you said there.
Yeah, Michael's tuberculosis was kicking in there still.
I know. You can't help it. What I'm saying is, like, if the Earth is spinning from underneath us, yeah, like we should be able to take a hot air balloon, a high altitude one that goes right past the clouds, come back down a few hours later and be in a total different place.
Exactly.
Like China or something.
Remember,
Yeah, but it
I
wouldn't
think
ever
people,
happen.
Ezra, I think people are forgetting. Yeah, we're supposed to be on the ball, not in the ball.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
We're supposed to be on a ball, bro. Yeah, on the surface of a ball.
Yeah.
And
how does
gravity
water
is
stay
keeping
on
us there.
board?
It's the surface of a ball. We're not in the ball. We're on the ball. So if we're on the ball,
But
course you
I'm
should be
talking
able to
about
leave
the surface of the landmass. The landmass is so
you should be
great.
able to leave the
so
surface
big.
of the landmass while the landmass is moving, and then drop back down in the exact same place that you went up, and be in a totally different place.
But how?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying.
The
Right.
Earth is spinning 66,000 miles underneath. You know what I mean? So
Fam,
definitely going to be somewhere else.
Come on, bro. You could be in the air. You could be in the air for 24 hours and land back down and be in the same spot, bro.
Yeah. To make the argument worth an argument, yeah. Obviously, man has to argue from the other side,
of course,
but I can't really keep coming up with arguments for something that I don't really know. You know?
Yeah. I know what you're doing.
Opposing arguments for things that.
Hold on, let me ask you a question then.
Look, I just think everybody should be kind of gentle on this subject because it's a big pill to swallow. Yeah.
No, you're right.
So you know, you can't
sorry, big up. Sorry, big up. I was a bit rough with you, yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. It needs to be on the factual base, bro. Because
you're right.
If you give me factual evidence that there's an edge of the earth, if you go this far, you're gonna fall off the edge or whatever.
Nah, you know what I'm saying?
Because that's a fact that can't change.
Let me give you some factual evidence. One second, brother. One more thing.
Just
that's what I'm saying. If you can give me the edge where the edge of the earth is, the furthest part where we can go to
evidence
where we reach the end of the earth, then
that's going too far.
Our earth is 24,000. Listen, 1 second, fam.
You get what I'm saying?
24,000 miles circumference, like they tell us it is. Yeah.
Just observe water.
The earth listen. If the earth is 24,000 miles in circumference, like they say, yeah. Picture of the earth. After 20 miles, 24 miles, things should be disappearing. But it never happens. Like, you can see the Statue of Liberty from like 40, 60, 80 miles.
Yeah.
So how is that possible?
I've been
on a ball.
You can see Chicago. You can see Chicago from New York and vice versa, where physically that should be impossible.
I've seen impossibility. Personally, I've been in Argentina and I can see Uruguay over one of the widest rivers in the world, and I can see the island clear as day, and that shouldn't be possible. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I've been up.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Again. You see, according to your flat Earth model, yeah.
Yeah.
How long does it take to travel from one side of your disk to the other side?
Now we don't know how big the disc is. Don't try to trap us.
I'm asking a question.
No, we don't know how big the disc is, bro. We're not playing with that.
Hey, Jedi, stop trying to take the fire exit, fam, man.
No, but he's trying it though.
You sounded like Michael Jackson right now.
Man don't know.
Yeah, man don't know, fam.
I'm just asking. Okay, no problem. All right, you don't know that.
This is
the eclipse on a flat
This
Earth.
is a rediscovery. It's a rediscovery, yeah. And we can't specifically say it's a disc. It's a plane. That's all it is. We live on a plane.
It's a plane.
AR.
Yeah.
Can explain the eclipse.
Because I study flat Earth information. I know that.
Can explain.
Can you explain it?
I would.
Winter and summer solstice.
I would say that the eclipse it's a bit more complex to explain an eclipse. Now, but it's very much complex. First, you would have to understand the motion of the sun and the moon. Yeah, if you don't understand that it's going to be tricky for you to even to kind of understand the eclipse. Now,
Platform's yours, brother. Explain it to us.
Exactly.
Now the thing is, yeah, the motion, what we assumed before that the sun, well, the typical thing is that the Earth goes around the sun. That's what everybody believes. But from a flat Earth perspective, the sun and the moon is very similar to like the yin and the yang symbol. But as well as that, it moves in a spiral. Yeah. In and spiral out. That's how we get the longer days and the shorter nights and whatnot.
The seasons.
Is at a certain point, yeah, they actually do us in front of each other. Now, people are saying that the sun is what 93 million miles away, and it's meant to be I don't know how many times bigger than the Earth, some ridiculous size, and the moon is meant to be tinier than Earth. How the hell are these things by coincidence, yeah, are exactly the same damn size? Do you believe that bullshit?
You're flipping it, bro. You're flipping it. Answer the question, man. Like, explain how the eclipse works.
No, you answered.
The
motion of the moon and the sun are going around the Earth.
That Jedi's holding the flat exit open for you, bro.
Listen to what
calm down, my brother. Fact is, like I said, you have to understand, yeah, the motion of the sun and the moon initially. If you can visualize that, then you would understand how the eclipse does work, because it doesn't work perfectly in the way what they're saying, because half of it doesn't make sense.
Okay,
yeah.
AR, can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? All what you're theorizing and the evidence and the science that you're using, is that from a flat Earth? Is that from a flat Earth point of view, or are you using? Hold on. Are you using global? You see where I'm coming from? Are you using global information? Do you get what I'm saying? From a globe perspective, give you the universe, give you the movement of the planets and the.
Okay. No, this is coming from a different study, because remember, it's not just globalists who were scientists. There were flat Earth people who were scientists. You can get the book. It's called the Celtician Prophecies. That will tell you every detail about the sun and movement, eclipses, everything. It will give you the whole details if you want to know about it. It's there. It's all there.
And
I got a list.
Hold on. Is that information more authentic than our ancestors?
Yes, because it's testable. Our ancestors believed in a flat
Whoa.
Excuse me.
The globe came with
Ezra, you're right.
The evolution theory.
Hold on. Answer the question, please, AR.
Yes. The answer is this. It's very simple. Yeah, our ancestors did believe in that flat Earth, not no globe Earth, no ball Earth. This is another thing which has been spun, which you're trying to embrace, which you haven't. Your nun.
Prove it.
Hold on. Look at your nun. Look at
we use mathematics. Hold on 1 second. We use mathematics. You get
use the arithmetic.
Hold on.
You never use that. That's another misdemeanor.
You can't tell me. You can't. Bro.
I can.
You're gonna tell me what
Go ahead.
done. Is that what you're gonna tell me?
Yeah. Yes,
and
I
you're
am.
gonna say that we are so advanced, we can do what they can do.
Excuse me.
Listen. What they did.
Listen, you only get the globe theory from the people that gave you the Big Bang and evolution. That's the only place.
Yes, thank you.
Get this
I'm saying my ancestors. I'm not. Where's
before
the
answer? Before that,
information?
people knew the Earth was flat.
Look at the.
How did they know the Earth was flat? Tell them, please. Because explain how the Dogons. Hold on. Explain how the Dogons.
It's observable. How come I can see this island from way over there if it's a globe?
I beg.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question. Information now. This is not my.
Yo, guys. I'm gonna have to do a Callum right now and just ask that everyone please try and respect each other's right to talk in it. So
Exactly. It don't make sense.
Please, yeah.
Look, I know it's getting touchy and stuff because it's going somewhere where you hold near and dear, but the bottom line is yeah. The pyramids of Giza, they have not moved. Yeah, the stars, they have not moved. Yeah, they align with Orion. Yeah, these things were to so they can understand seasons and crops and stuff like that. Yeah, so they know. Yeah, that's damn right. It's a fact. And it hasn't moved, and yet you're taking on this ideology that we're flying through space like 64,000 miles per hour and flying through the galaxy in trillions of miles per hour, and yet the stars are
How would
still
the pyramids?
there.
Yeah, one second. How would the pyramids always line up with the south?
Huh?
Hold on one second. Can I speak now?
Hold on.
Hold on one second. Let me answer that. Let me
second.
refute that. Hold on one second. Because you just made a couple inconsistencies. Do you get what I'm saying? You said, yeah, the pyramids of Giza are lined up with Orion's belt. Yeah, we know that. Yeah?
Yes.
And you saying Orion's belt does not move. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
My brother.
It has not moved. No, hold on. Is that what you're telling me? Yes. You got.
Well, let me respond, and then I can tell you. Yeah, listen. Yeah, with the stars,
what you're saying to me.
You need to listen, and then you be clarified. Listen. Yeah, the stars have not moved. We haven't gone beyond the stars. They haven't changed. So to speak. Yeah. If you was walking down the street, the doors what you pass will be different. You understand? That's what I mean about movement. They're still there. You're walking back and down the same street, my brother. Yeah. So to understand that. Now, on top of that, what's it called? The Arabs. Yeah, they invented a thing called the astrolabe. And the astrolabe is a flat device, and that's how they navigated the deserts, the seas, via the stars, the sun, the moon, and the stars movement. And that's based on a flat Earth model. They found that ancient object.
Why you run to Arabs when we're talking about our people? You see what
matter? They got it from them. They got it from them, my brother. Yeah, they got it from them.
Again, bro. You got
that from them.
Hold on 1 second. Because we as we know, we talk about celestial bolts and traversing the galaxy and blah blah blah. And if the Earth was flat, do you get what I'm saying? Even down to we can even go as recent as the Sumerians to find out that our solar system, the number of planets, and all of those type of things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was
that's some Zachariah Sitchin bullshit.
Hold on, but Zachariah.
That's some Zachariah bullshit.
Did Zachariah Stitchin make the cylinder scrolls? No, he didn't.
He's full of bullshit. Listen, look, this is what I say to you, yeah? Because you're.
Hold on, Aya.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Are they not Sumerian?
Go ahead.
It's Sumerians, yeah? They're cylinder scrolls. You get what I'm saying? You roll them out on clay, and then you get the full information, yeah? Right.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I see them in the museum, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Try to translate.
Go ahead.
You get what I'm saying? That language.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's got to do, because that's a study and that's his information. No one said got the information from Zachariah Stitchin. Yeah. You can look at the cylinder scroll, as you said, the power of observation, and see for yourself the mapping out of the planets in our solar system. Am I lying or am I lying?
And how many planets? How many planets are there?
Remember, he said 10. According to the they said 10.
Well, that's wrong already. Jedi knows as well, because he said 7.
No.
There's 7.
It's not 7. It's
7.
We are, hold on. It's not 7. It's not 7. Count
7.
from the outside in. We are the.
Yeah.
Hold on. If you count.
I know that.
Hold on.
I got his book up on my shelf, man.
Hello, bro.
His book on my shelf. I got his book on my shelf right now.
Hold on 1 second. This is where the problem is. Because right now, the reason it's not 10 planets is because some planets have been declassified. Yes or no?
My brother, they always knew.
Oh man, come on. They didn't even find Uranus until the 1930s. Come on,
okay.
Let's go.
Who are they?
I'm saying
the conversations.
European. So I'm saying 3,500 years ago, supposedly.
Okay, Michael.
Hold on, we're going.
All right.
We're dealing with things that are tangible. So Zachariah. Don't bring Zachariah into it in a sense, because Zachariah is only a person who tried to translate that information. But I'm saying a cylinder scroll is self-explanatory. You got what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. All right, you said what you said. Now, what I suggest to you, in order for you to understand your perspective, which you're coming from, the ancestors in Africa and all that kind of thing, the best person for you.
Real science.
the best person you should go and watch is Brother Sanchez, because he
Yep.
takes it from both of those angles.
Sanchez, I knew you was going to come.
Go and see what he's done on.
Sanchez many times. Don't worry about it. You get what I'm saying? I've watched Brother Sanchez.
I say do it.
I studied this flat Earth information. It's not a problem, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Bro,
the flaws are the flaws, but you know what I mean. I
bro,
tend to leave it alone. But if you want to go there,
okay, interesting. But this is what I'm saying to you. Yeah.
Last
if
question.
You want it from that perspective, go and check him out, because he's done a lot more research from that perspective than not me. Yeah.
That's why I asked earlier.
What I'm dealing.
How long?
What I'm dealing with
from one end to the planet.
What I don't business about that.
But
Listen, it's very
Sanchez. This is what I'm trying to say.
Listen,
Yo.
Listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. The simple thing is water does not.
Let me climb.
Does not bend. Yeah, it does not bend. Just get that in your head. When you can figure that one out, that water don't bend, then you know what I'm dealing with. Yeah, everything else is bullshit. When you can prove that it can bend, come and talk to me. Because you ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
We was talking about the movement of the planets, all of this type of stuff, and you went to water.
Show me bendy water.
Let me ask a question.
All right, I'm quiet. Sorry, my brother. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on a sec, Marvin, bro. What about Alaska's got 3 months of constant sun? Someone put that in the chat, and that's something I forgot about still. So, if the place is not moving at all, why does it not get why does that get the 3 months of sun?
The sun spirals in and spirals out. It's a spiral motion. We don't know the size of this plane, so therefore we can't calculate how long a certain object like the sun is in a particular position. We are rediscovering and we are unbrainwashing our minds right now. Now, when you think from this perspective, you dash away all the bullshit, all the aliens, all the ancient aliens and all them rubbish there, get kicked out the window. Star Trek, Star Wars, all that bullshit that be flying down your brain, it gets chucked out the window. And that's what I'm dealing with, you know. So let's just deal with it from the beginning. And the simple fact is that water does not bend.
Let me answer that question for you. AR, you don't understand. Do you understand gravity, bro? Gravity doesn't mean that things just have to go down. What gravity does, what we know of gravity, it curves time and space. It curves stuff. It curves.
Have you heard of the grand unification?
So listen.
Have you heard of that?
So water,
have you heard of the grand unification problem?
Makes sense. Because gravity, what we know from gravity, curves time and space. It doesn't pull it down. Because you think that because we jump up and we go back down, you think gravity only pulls things down. Gravity curves time and space, bro. So keep saying that.
You're tripping.
Waterfalls.
You are tripping. You are tripping. Have you heard of Lord Cavendish? You know who Lord Cavendish is?
No, I don't know.
Oh, well, you know nothing about gravity then. Yeah, you're just talking. You don't know nothing. Go and look him up and then come back and talk to me. Yeah, because you know nothing of gravity if you don't know Lord Cavendish.
It's a platform for teaching, bro. You can't just throw like books and people's names. Teach us, bro.
Well, I'm teaching you. Hold on. I'm teaching you. Go and check out Lord Cavendish.
Paddle out for the paddles. You get me? This is what you get the paddle from.
Let me ask another question, yeah? Yeah? Going back to the eclipse, yeah? When the eclipse happens, how comes it's only viewed at certain points on the Earth? If the Earth was flat, everyone would be able to see the eclipse, the total eclipse. Correct?
I'm just with my boy right now. Now listen, like I said, there's a movement of the sun and the moon, and the moon, and we, as well as that, we don't know how big this landmass is. So we know certain things. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, listen to me clearly, because this is a basic question. Yeah. If the Earth was flat and a total eclipse takes place, we should all be able to witness the total eclipse from a flat Earth.
No, we don't.
Time would be the same here in Australia. It's daytime at the same time.
Exactly. It's not the same. Listen, my brother, yeah?
I think you like...
It's like...
Why can't
It's like
it be
seeing this.
confirmed? Why can't the size and the shape be confirmed? It's the fundamental of you lot's theory, and you lot can't come up with no answer.
There are laws in place which forbid our movement. It's very simple. We're not in the 18th century no more, where we can't, communicate and observe things because we don't have technology. For instance, one sec. I'll take him out. For instance, I'm saying like way back then. Take him out.
Yo, Michael, where's north of North Pole? Where's the north of North Pole?
What do you mean, where's the north of North Pole? Oh, where's north on the compass, you mean?
No, there isn't. North is just points north. Where north is. Don't put anywhere else.
What do you mean? I mean, when you get to the North Pole, you mean the
where the compass point to, where it says north.
The spot is like, huh?
Yeah, when you get to North Pole, where does the compass point to?
Where does the compass point to?
Yeah.
When you're at north?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Point to nowhere, but it's not North Pole. When you're north, that's it. There's nothing.
It might have hard south on it. I don't know. What? You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's no north of the North Pole. There's no north.
What about the South Pole? If south of the South Pole. What about the South Pole?
There's no south of the South Pole. Who's been South Pole? Tell me.
You ever been there? You ever been anywhere near there?
I'm just saying, explain it.
Where's the South Pole?
Does it exist or not?
What's your point?
Does it exist or not?
There's no South Pole. Where is it? Tell me where it is.
There's no South Pole. There's no Antarctica, no? Because you have to explain that. Also, another thing you have to explain is, hold on, another thing you have to explain, since a brother want to say these star constellations don't move, how are you going to explain the Southern Cross? That can only be seen from the Southern Hemisphere. Can't be seen from the Northern Hemisphere.
Being there, it's not the Southern Cross, it's bullshit.
Come on, man. What do you mean you've been there? Southern Cross.
He's been there, bruv. He's gone there. It's bollocks.
He's been to the Southern Cross. Huh? He's been to the Southern Cross, or Southern Cross is a star constellation. Which one?
AR?
Bro,
got him there, bro.
I've been down to
Get the hell out
Patagonia.
Yeah. And did you see the Southern Cross? Did you see the Southern Cross in the sky at night? Did you?
There's no need to jump down my
throat. You don't even know what it is.
Let me speak.
Yo, stop jumping down my throat, bro.
I just mute my mic. You can keep talking.
Oh, thank you. Because I hate when people throw things up and say, "Yeah, I've been there." Been where, bro? Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, you
trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah, but Mike is trying to tell you, bro.
Hold on. It's obvious that you've been to the southern hemisphere. Cool. Do you get what I'm saying? No one's arguing about that. But I'm saying, did you see the Southern Cross in the sky? Do you get what I'm saying? That's all I was asking. Do you get what I'm saying? And you said, I've been there. You get what I'm saying?
What is the Southern Cross for you?
It's a star constellation, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Consisting of
what is
how many stars? 4.
What?
You get what I'm saying? In the shape of a cross. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get my book and I can pull out its actual name.
Yeah, fuck your book, man. Fuck your book, man.
Get your book.
Fuck your fairy tale book, man. Who published it? Disney. Is it a Disney book?
I could pull out a star map or a thing.
You can bring out what you want. I see stuff,
but you ain't got nothing. Hold on. I can bring out what I want, and you can come with theory, and that's all that's spawning.
But you're bringing out theory as well. Behave yourself.
I'm not bringing out no theory, man. Come, man.
Behave yourself, man.
You know, everything I say can be checked and verified. That's what I'm trying to say. Yours is subjective. It's a very small group that knows it.
Michael, you're a madman, you know.
Asian tactics. You know what I'm saying? No, man, that's why I don't deal with flat Earth, man. It's redundant and retarded. But if we're gonna deal with it, let's deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
How south have you been? How south have you been?
Let me find the Southern Cross for you.
AR.
This guy.
Yo, AR.
Yeah, my boy's like crying, man. I'm gonna have to go in a sec, man. Go ahead.
Yo, brother, you know when you use a campus, yeah? a magnet. It's a magnetic force. What indicates us where north is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on a flat Earth,
It never points south.
So on a flat Earth, what is causing this? Where's this magnetic force coming
All right,
from?
Marvin, can I ask you a question quickly though? Yeah. When you
There's only one magnetic pole.
Marvin, when you take your compass, yeah, and you travel north, and you get to the North Pole, yeah, what does your compass say?
I don't know. I haven't done it, but I was.
Shush,
Can
then,
I guess? Can I guess?
But there's no North Pole of the North, bruv.
None of us could answer that question because none of us have been to the North Pole. I would assume it just keeps spinning round and round.
Where's South Pole? Where's
my assumption?
What happens when you take it to the south?
Listen, my assumption is if you're at the North Pole and you've got a campus, because the magnetic field is so strong there, the campus will just go crazy and keep spinning, just mad fast. That's my.
So my brother, so when you go down to the South Pole, yeah, why is it pointing north?
Why does it point north?
Yeah, a compass always points north.
I'm assuming again. I've not been to South Pole again, but I'm assuming is if you're in the proper middle of the South Pole, the campus will keep spinning.
You pass the South.
It'll just keep spinning.
Even if you go past.
That's my assumption.
If you go nearer to the south,
it'll just keep spinning crazy.
Okay, if you are down in the south or the southern regions of this earth, will still point north.
Go to the center.
And why is that?
Yeah,
why is that magnetic force?
You show me one compass which has a South Pole reading. One.
What I believe in is that because the North Pole's magnetic force is a lot stronger. Now let me ask you a quick question, AR. Let me ask you a quick question. On a flat Earth, where's this magnetic energy coming from?
There is a magnetic force. There's no doubt about that.
So when you
Baba knows.
On a flat Earth, where's the campus leading you to if you want to go north?
To the other side.
It takes you to the North Pole, where the North Star resides. All the stars around. It points north, and the North Star is the central point where everything moves around.
The North Star.
How an astro lobe works.
People talking over you, bro. I can't hear you.
That one just shuts. Yeah.
First, if you go to the north, it's going to be pointing to the northeast point, and which will be where the North Star resides. Every star constellation perpetuates around in a circular motion around the North Star constellation, and that's the only star what stands still, stay still.
But how do we determine that's the North Star if the Earth is flat? The only reason, the reason why human beings were able to come up with north, south, east, west is because of what's it called? Because of the magnetic force of north, and because of the sun rising and setting. That's how we've been able to use north, south, and west. How do you use these terms on a flat Earth, bro?
I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding something. Yeah, on a ball, that spins on its axis, there is no north, south, east, west. There is no up or down.
Thank you.
So think about what you're saying, bro. There is no up or down, bro.
The North Pole is the center. You've got a flat disk. The North Pole is the center. So wherever you are, North Pole north the center.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Bro,
you see that?
Tell you in science that there's no direction in space.
There's a flat disk. North is the center of the Earth. So North Pole.
We know that. We know that. But I'm just saying, in terms of what
no south, bro. There's only center. No north center.
Listen, for purpose of communication. Listen, for purpose of communication navigation. Well, let me
someone's got to mute their mic because they're echoing.
For purpose of communication navigation, we do believe in an east, west, north, south. Just for the purpose of navigation in this planet. Yes, we know there's no direction in space, right? What I'm trying to say is that
you look at any nautical
on a flat Earth. One second, on a
map.
flat Earth, how do you determine the North Star is north?
Exactly.
Because the flat Earth don't exist in space like how the globe does.
So how does
the Earth is the Earth is the center?
The Earth is the center, but how do you determine that scientifically?
We call it a pole.
Obviously, that star is above the center.
But prove it. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence?
The proof is in the
Look at the northern star. Take a time-lapse camera and take a picture of the stars, and you'll see the movement of the stars going around the North Star. As well as that, like I said, if you're Muslim, go and look up what an astrolabe is. Yeah, it's one of the oldest computers ever designed. Yeah, and that is an astrolabe, and that's based around a northern star and the sun and the moon and the star patterns. Which
don't just to look things up.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let's get some correction. The North Star. What's the name of the North Star, please?
Polaris, isn't it?
It's what?
Polaris.
It's Lucifer. Lucifer, aka Venus.
The morning star.
Get me?
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, if that morning
that is Polaris. It's Polaris. Polaris.
Yeah, not serious.
Can I put something in the chat or something like that? Let me just grab.
I mean, you're using European terms, but I'm saying
I don't know about everything.
It's serious, isn't it?
Serious.
Yeah, the dog star.
No.
So what's the point you're making, though?
The dog star is not that.
What, the morning star?
What? Bruv, what's the point you're trying to make, bruv? Are you just asking the question?
What are we talking about?
It's the brightest star in the sky, isn't it?
We're talking the North Star. Yeah, the North Star, Polaris.
Yeah,
it never moves. And the constellations have never changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, changed. And we're moving through the galaxy universe at billions of miles per hour. Yeah. As simple as that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So they've never moved?
No, fam.
They don't rotate.
Think about
think about it, man. You see the stars rotating in the heavens, yeah? You see, Polaris is a fixed star that is in the center that never moves, right? Yeah?
I wouldn't agree with that.
What? So you see Polaris move?
I don't know about Polaris moving, but it's always the brightest star in the sky.
Okay, yeah, but the point is... No, wait. Do you know why they used it for sailing and navigation?
What?
Because it don't fucking move, bruv.
Don't move.
Michael, bruv. It's admitted, bruv.
Now it, Michael, man.
So, hold on.
Now it, Mike, man.
All right. So
our teacher's right. Teacher's right. You're an agent, man.
That analogy, I don't know what you were trying to really get at, but I'm just saying the morning star Sirius, the same brightest star that appears in first thing in the morning. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes it even appears with the moon in the sky still. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the one we're talking about, yeah?
Sometimes you see stars. Sometimes you see stars behind the moon, bruv.
No, I'm saying the first star.
Yeah, no, but I hear what you're saying. But
sometimes it's day.
Sometimes you can look through the moon and see stars behind it, bruv. So I don't even know what you're saying.
Hold on, Mike. What are you saying, Carl? You lost me, man.
No, exactly. I'm saying, look, you're saying Polaris. I'm saying Sirius. Maybe we're not talking about the same thing because the Sirius, I thought Sirius was the brightest. It's one of the brightest stars in our supposedly galaxy. So,
no, it's in a different constellation.
Sorry.
That's the brightest star. You have the dog star within that constellation, which is the brightest of the Sirius constellation.
Oh, no, Sirius is the dog star.
I don't know if it's part of the Placide. I can't remember what star constellation it's part of.
It might be just terminology, though. You know what I'm saying?
But it's nothing to do with Polaris. Polaris is the northern star. The central star.
Sirius moves anyway.
Huh?
Yeah, it moves.
Yeah.
Oh, serious moves, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
watch
Yes.
during the
Yes.
night.
Hold on. Ain't the pyramids aligned with
Get
stars?
back,
Do you
remember?
watch? Do you
No.
actually watch
Hold on.
stars though, bro?
Hold on 1 second. Is the pyramids aligned with the
No, Orion. They're
only
aligned with Orion's belt,
only?
and when you're in the
Hold on, only.
with Orion's belt,
So
and
what about
when
the
you
shafts? Hold on 1 second. What about the shafts? Each shaft points to a star constellation. You know that, innit?
Yeah.
Yes.
well,
So
maybe
what I'm
they
saying,
do.
one of them is Sirius,
Yeah.
the dog star.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the
How are they gonna do that
that's
on flat Earth? Huh?
that's like that's
Explain.
it's the
But these
same
are the same
stars.
people who are giving you a celestial calendar anyway.
You're just trying to squeeze something in here,
You
Michael.
are.
Yeah?
You are.
You ain't doing nothing here. There's not. You're not adding nothing.
No.
You're
All right. We call
just
it.
squeezing something
I'll
in
make
here,
it
brother.
easy for you. Yeah.
Easy for me.
The Dendera. Hold on. They call it the Dendera calendar. It's the celestial calendar of the ancients. That's what they was dealing with on one level. Hold on. They had a solar. They had a solar one. Yes. Tracking the movements of the sun. Hold on 1 second.
And a lunar one.
Calendar.
Bruv, like I
So
said,
we're
man.
in Gregorian. We're in Gregorian. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're smart and clever. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, these guys know. But no, hold on. The ancestors knew the stuff.
Fam, the ancestors believe. The ancestors didn't believe in a spherical Earth, though, bro.
Listen, you don't know
Michael.
what the ancestors.
Yeah, I did. I seen their
They
depictions.
didn't.
I seen the
Michael.
depictions of the cosmos. I seen how they depict it. They
Even
don't
the
depict it as a full Earth.
even the year of
past.
tell you, blood.
Hold on, you
Michael.
That people used to believe the Earth was flat.
Michael, in the past, everybody knew.
That's why they've got Nook.
Everybody
That's why
knew.
they've got Nook as holding up the
Michael,
firmament.
Bro, no, that's
the
the point.
dome.
Because you
She's
don't
a dome.
understand.
Exactly.
You're not educated in any of the schools, so you don't understand that information. So don't make an
Oh,
ass
behave,
out of yourself.
behave, Mike, man.
Everybody
Mike
knew.
Sanchez. It's the same rhetoric, bro. You ain't telling me nothing new. I thought you was gonna come with something new. You gonna come with that same.
The girl with the wings.
He's dead, fam.
Bruv,
You know what I'm saying?
bruv, everybody knew.
That's agent shit. You know what I'm saying? That's agent shit what you're doing.
Listen, I've been in Egypt. I've been up and down Aswan. I've been all over the place. I've been places which you don't even know about in Egypt.
So what?
Yeah.
You never studied nothing. You never saw Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? He's making fundamental errors. So don't tell me nothing.
How could you be so arrogant to assume that I have...
Hold on. You can go and look at a wall. So what? Can you translate it? Did you have someone translate it for you? No.
Do I
Were
need
you
someone to
initiated
translate
in any? Hold on. Are you a Sarah? Have you been Kemet 8 times or whatever? Was you initiated in any schools? No. So don't tell me nothing about you went somewhere and you saw something and you've been somewhere. So what?
So what? What you do? Read the book.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you didn't hear Jimmy. You didn't hear Jimmy. So you can read a book, hold on, or you can see something on the wall and actually not see what it really is. That's fair.
Mike, who's Jimmy?
That's fair. I'm saying that's fair because your answers are wrong. You're saying inconsistent stuff about these commitments, for example. Yeah? And you don't know nothing about it.
You're saying my answers are wrong. Here's my powerful answer. With what authority do you have?
Please.
You have.
What do you
With
mean?
whom authority? You. Here's my powerful answer. You have none.
Hey, hold on, wait. My authorities.
None. You have none.
Listen, just like the ancestors. Listen, I get my authority from the forces of nature or nectar.
Bollocks,
You know what I'm saying?
you're talking about nature, man. You don't know about nature.
What? That's what they were doing.
About natural, you would know how water behaves.
Studying nature.
Water, aya. Yeah, you don't
get out of here, bro.
Do you understand?
You think water bend?
One at a time. You know what they meant by water?
You think
the symbol in Kemet. You know what I'm saying?
What the
answer? Science. These are science.
The
Earth, wind, and fire. Earth, wind, and fire is. You got what I'm saying? Earth, wind, and fire is a science in Kemet, man. Come on, man.
Listen, Michael. You don't. Michael, you don't know.
It don't make no
sense. Michael, what you know what I know? You don't know how deep I've dug.
Hold on. We gave man.
You know nothing about me.
Yeah.
You know nothing.
We can
you know nothing
from a square.
I got.
Can you get
I got books where you don't even know. bro. I got books that you don't even know.
Basic, bro. You get me?
I don't, yeah. Oh please, give me a break. Listen, bro.
Man, you're late, man.
I know how to get a circle from a square. I know how to get a versica from a free circle. What you want to know?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So
listen,
these
man,
same
don't come with a little cheesy little.
Hold on. These same people.
I'm a hierophant in this, bruv. I'm a hierophant. Hierophant.
Listen,
Yeah?
whatever that means. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what that means. Yeah, you don't know what that means. Go look it up. I'm
All
a
right.
hierophant.
Okay. I'm an animist.
Whatever. I'm a hierophant.
Okay, yo.
Know what?
This is bare ego, you know.
It's ego. It's called pure ego.
What about the Aurora Borealis?
Get me? There's no excuse for that. They can't.
Mike, let me ask you a question, fam. Who's Jimmy?
Huh?
Who's Jimmy?
No,
Hendrix.
like Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, that's right.
Jimi Hendrix. I can't hear it.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why?
I can't
jump shit. Yeah, that's right.
That's some old. Listen. Anyway, I'm done.
Jimmy, but they don't hear.
Whatever. That's like some.
But they don't really go to Kemet. They go on a tourist holiday.
I didn't go on no tourist holiday, my brother. Yeah, I traveled the world to seek knowledge. Yeah, I traveled the world. I never read it in no Rascal book. You understand?
And then back to the North Star, yeah. What scientists claim, I don't know too much about it, but they say that it's in line with, let's say, the axis of our Earth.
Stop fucking muting me, man. What the fuck, man?
I'm out now anyway. Yeah, I don't deal with books. I deal with the real life.
Yeah,
that's
sounds like
that's the natural. That's the real book I deal with. The natural book. I don't dig in no books. So you
you deal with nature now.
What do you mean now?
Okay.
Now. Always have. Always
Man,
been.
get out of here,
Natural.
man. Bye.
I don't need to dig in no books. You understand? I deal with.
Yeah, no evidence. No evidence. I beg you stop muting me. What?
Brother, yeah, no, sorry. I muted, man. I was just testing the controls, my brothers. But
let's change the subject.
This one's gone on for a while now. 4 hours and that. Covered a range of subjects. So I asked the brothers to give their closing statements, and then I'm gonna take this one off air. All right. So yeah, like you lot give your closing statements.
All right.
Anything you lot want to add?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it, brother.
All right. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not really, as I said, I don't really deal with this flat Earth. As in, I've studied the information. I've seen both sides. I've seen the re-emergence of this flat Earth in the last 5 to 10 years. Do you get what I'm saying? It was a dead subject. Do you get what I'm saying? We spent 2,000 years trying to get away. Well, Europeans have spent 2,000 years trying to get away from that flat Earth theory when they thought the Earth was flat and everybody else knew it was round. Now you're telling us that our ancestors thought it was flat too, because you saw a depiction of Geb lying down, do you get what I'm saying, and not in the as the celestial skies. Do you get what I'm saying? It's really redundant and ridiculous. Please, people, go and study the Meduneta or whatever you need to study, or get initiated into certain schools in Kemet, and then that information will be accessible to you. Other than that, stop making inconsistent statements about things you do not know nothing about. I'm out.
Thank you, brother Mike. AR, let me hear what you're saying, bro.
Fucking paddle club.
Oh, you took me off mic. All right, good. Look, listen, I don't look at books. Yeah, I may take reference from books. I may take reference from this and that, but I use my senses. And that's all I ask everybody to do, is to use their senses. Yeah, because a lot of people could be wrong. A lot of people could be interpreting stuff, but you know, if you have your senses and use them together, yeah, you can work out what's right and what's wrong. It's as simple as that. Life is the biggest book, yeah, and it's the realest book. Nature is one of the biggest chapters in that book, yeah. If you stick by those principles, you can never go wrong and you will never be led astray. Now, like I said, fundamental thing, if you want to deal with the flat earth, yeah, just think about water and its properties and how it behaves. You don't need to go any deeper than that. Don't try and answer no tricky questions, because it kind of might just be even harder for you. And in terms of me putting this on, trying to put this on their ancestors because I looked at one area, well, that's not even true. Yeah, I've been all over the world, and I'm talking about all over the world. I'm not just talking all up and down Africa. I'm talking South America. I'm talking India. I'm talking the whole of Europe. And I've looked and I've seen with my own eyes flatness. Yeah, nothing more, nothing, no curve, no none of that stuff. I've been up, whatever. I've done it all. Yeah, I've seen it and I know it. Yeah, I don't need no one to tell me it. I don't need to read it from no old book and whatnot. All those old books and whatnot to support what I see and know. Yeah, no one. Yeah, just follow yourself and your senses. Yeah, don't be a sheep. Be a leader. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Thank you, brother AR. Thank you, Mike. Baba, Beefy, any of you lot?
I agree with AR, man.
All right, go on, Steps.
Yeah, I agree with AR. To be fair, it's about trusting yourself and what you see and what you can relate to. Because, yo, all I see is everyone wanting to go through, be a middleman. You know, even to book someone else's information, like, I ain't got time for no one else's bullshit, man. You and I can, you know, I know the character of you, then fair enough, but otherwise, I'm checking it with a pinch of salt, man. It's that simple. Cool.
All right, big up, Steps. Marvin.
Yo, so I'll end with what I said at the beginning. Obviously, I believe the Earth is sphere. I don't know. You know what I mean? And I believe that the Earth is not flat. I don't know. So so yeah, that's how I end it, man. I just believe, based on the evidence that I've come across, is that the Earth is sphere in it. But yeah, man, one thing I'll say as well with conspiracies, I'm not trying to take no digs at no one, but sometimes I'm not trying to patronize no one as well. But sometimes, when you get into it, conspiracies a bit too much, you go a bit too deep, and you start looking at everything as a conspiracy. Not everything's a conspiracy. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say the flat. I think the flat Earth things has come back up as more of a conspiracy than something which is, has substance to it, and that's my opinion. But I respect the brothers' opinions and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to point fingers or look down at no one. But I personally believe there's not enough evidence out there. That's why it's not taken seriously. But anyway,
Who said it's not taken seriously, bro?
It's not taken seriously that much. Let's be realistic. Don't want to go back in the debate. But the flat Earth thing is not taken too seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But all I'm saying is, like, I used to think that as well. I thought my bedroom was mad when he's telling me this. Yeah. And then obviously once I've started looking into it, I can't find no pictures of this globe Earth with all these satellites, and I'm thinking, well, that's strange. And then I find out that the internet runs in wires underneath the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's strange. And then I find out that, the Earth's meant to be 24,000 miles circumference, but things are still visible from 80 miles. That's strange. You get me? So when you start looking at all these things now, and these are facts that you can just easily do yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're thinking, well, there's got to be some kind of cover up. And then you think back into your history. Yeah, you go to nursery. The first thing that you see in the nursery is the globe.
Yeah.
Every single classroom you went in your life, there's a globe right there. You know what I mean? It's just been stuffed in your face. Yeah. And when you check the history, it wasn't about in ancient times. You won't find one ancient globe. You won't. Get me debate done. Everything, every culture drew the earth on a flat disc. You know what I mean? Or some kind of flat object.
Yeah.
Why wasn't they making globe shapes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Bigger,
Beefy. Go on.
You guys want to add a few things, like people do your research. Van Halen belt. Where's the North Pole? Where's the South Pole? No pictures of that. Where's the picture of the Earth? Simple questions that no answers for.
Yeah.
Let's do your research. Simple question, simple answers mid.
Simple things, Beefy. I like how you keep it simple as well. Get me? So yeah, Van Allen belt. We didn't even get into that, Beefy, and you asked about that early as well. We never got into that, man.
Yeah, if we know about this thing, then they'll know. They'll talk all the time.
I just didn't want to cook you, Beefy. I didn't want to cook you.
No one knows nothing about
I might fuck off, man. I fuck off, man. Shush.
When it goes off, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with what we have to deal with.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Big up. Talk to me, man. I know you got the youth them.
Yo's up.
Yeah, you got any final words before we come offline?
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, boy, man's got to ask questions about everything, innit? Like, if you don't know, then we need to ask questions and try to find out facts and work with facts only, because all the speculations might be or whatever, and we need to be bold enough to do the research, and you know what I'm saying, like, so we can say we know what we're talking about and all that, because that's why I asked the questions, like, from the opposing side. So whatever side the man them are going to take, I'll try to ask the question from the opposite side to try to see. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? To try and see if I can get.
I respect that still. I respect that. Yo, has Ezra said his bit? Did you say your bit, Ez?
Yeah, he's performing, man.
Yeah. So I want to big up. Shush. I want to big up free D3D worldwide, Babadule, Black Sun, Nuka Global, obviously Mr. Lee, Sparks Art, Teach, Yogi B. Who else came through? 9E for 9.
Good shout.
Christian Yaka Nation. Who else did we have up in there? Who else? I know we had some more people. And who?
Brother Issa.
Yeah, brother Issa, Lucci, fucking Sasha Carter, Singh, C.A. Levy, and who else? Yeah, and everyone else that locked in. Big up, respect to you. Thank you for helping me with my first little show, little tester, Speakenomix online. Big up everyone, we're coming offline now. Gang. Don't forget to go subscribe to Gang Unite TV. I know we've been a bit quiet, but we got some good things cooking up. We're going to have some drawing sessions with Mike. You get me? AR, I know AR's going to bless us with a couple bits and bobs. Rat Raven's going to do some work as well. So yeah, subscribe to Gang Unite TV. Subscribe to Jedi Online if you haven't already. Subscribe to HRH. What's your thing, Mike?
New Sniper, bro.
New Sniper. Make sure you lock into the New Sniper. And follow his YouTube. Content over everything, as you know, the big homie. Yeah. Who else has got a channel, man? You lot got anything you want to promote? Promote that quick, man.
Or what? Respect Official.
Respect Official.
Yeah, you know, well, you mentioned all the rest.
Yeah.
You missed anyone, Titans TV or whatever.
AR's got a channel as well.
AR's got a big channel, man. AR channel big.
Subscribe to AR23, his channel.
Yeah.
Just follow everyone, man. Cause really and truly, even though we got conflicting views and whatnot, we're all still brothers. And the man will still bust your head for the New Sniper, even if he's an agent. I'll still beat you up.
Trust me. Trust me.
You get me? I'll beat you up with him, then argue after. You get me? But we got together, and that goes for all the man. Them AR, Steps, everyone. Bigger. We're all repping. We're one family. Ezra. You get me? We got atheists. We got fucking Muslims. We got Nuwapians. We got Hebrews, Jedis. We got steppers, we got all sorts of things. So, yeah, just know that this is how we do diversity. You get me? Yeah. This is how we do our team, man. So yeah, big up for tuning in.